Welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. I am like a little lethargic today because I literally just had lunch about 5 minutes before I started stream, and I've been awake this whole time as my first meal of the day. But yeah, we are going to be playing Lost in Limbo. It is an indie game. There's some romance in it, lots of romance. I think it's like a dark horror romance game. I think that's the line that they had. I do believe they had a Kickstarter like a month ago. That's how I first heard about the game. I did not have time to check out the demo or anything then, but now I do have time, so I'm really excited to see what it includes and everything. Story wise, kind of interested in that too, especially the Seven Sovereigns of Limbo. When I checked the itch.io page, it showed the characters' ages and stuff like that. So when I saw Seven Sovereigns of Limbo, I assumed they'd be like older, like gods type age, like you could say like 1,000, 10,000 years old. But they're all just basically regular age, so that's interesting to see. So I'm kind of wondering how they became Sovereigns of Limbo, like who gave them that title? Did they give that to themselves? Like, yeah, we're just these people now. But yeah, so I have links in my description since I am on YouTube and I can't, well, I think I can pin. I don't know how that works yet though, so I guess next time. But yeah, I do know the characters are voiced. I have not heard any of the voices yet. I believe they said the demo is about 3 hours to play through, but since I'm reading it, it might take longer. We'll see. Let me fix my chat actually. Oh, chat, what are you doing? Oh dear Lord. Hold on. Let me get my chat up. Yeah, still getting used to streaming on YouTube and fixing things. Beacon. Is it gonna pop up? Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, yeah. It's working. Okay, yeah. Okay, so everything is good on my end, and we're just gonna go ahead and dive right on it. Oh, hold on, wait. 1 second. My cat wants to leave my room. You ready to go, Skinny? Bye. Bye. Go. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna get started. Hopefully the sound is good on your guys' end. Oh yeah, so this game contains flashing lights that may make it unsuitable for people with photosensitivity. Just letting you guys know. You can turn that off in transitions. Ooh, okay, name. All right. So River Winchester is the default name. How do I enter? Ooh, enter. Okay, so enter makes you go next. Oh wait, I was about to say, did the T not fit? It did. All right. Yes. Ooh, pretty. In my dreams, I see a black tower. I love the UI. It has no beginning and no end, no doors and no windows, no past and no purpose. It was there before our kind took its first breath, and it will be there long after we take its last. It knows not of time or reason. It is greater than life and truer than death. I used to be afraid of it. Every time I closed my eyes, it was there, waiting, immobile and ever present. I often wonder what it wanted from me. As infinite as it was, it lacked a voice. My questions remain unanswered, night after night. Now I know I should have listened more closely. It was a clear warning, one I was determined to ignore. Even if the answer had been right before me, would I have been willing to understand? Would I have been able to turn my back on what was dearest to me? Oh? Yes, I do wonder. Why am I telling you this now? Maybe, even after everything, I still harbor love for you in my heart. You think you outsmarted me, don't you? What will come next is inevitable. You are only delaying what was written in the foundations of the universe long ago. This was bound to happen. You are meant to fail, and I am meant to succeed. So why do you insist on continuing this charade? Are you truly this desperate? Or have you finally gone mad? I see. You think of yourself as special, don't you? The chosen one, the savior, the hero. It must hurt, knowing you're none of these things. It must make you lie awake at night, knowing someone else now has what once was yours. What is crueler than having no place to go, but having no one to be? And yet, you say nothing. Even now, as you stand at the edge of the abyss, you refuse to so much as mumble a word. You could beg for forgiveness, for help, but you won't. Time is not on your side, betrayer. You'll soon have to face it. I will erode the hope of those who denied me. I will feed the fear of the disloyal and the broken. And when they look to the sky, begging for salvation, they will hope to see me. Ooh, and my wanderer. My dear wanderer will be the key to a new and glorious birth. Remember, betrayer, the Midnight Tower is not my prison. It is my fortress. Ooh, Emily, hello, welcome, welcome. Oh, and Sailor Otome, hello, thank you for stopping by. You play Celestial Crowns? Ooh, I definitely need to play that. I know I played the first chapter and uploaded on YouTube. It's on my backlog, unfortunately. I definitely have to sit down and play through those. I don't know when though, if I can find time, so I'm busy with like school and work. But that beginning scene was something. So that tower is keeping that guy in, but he's not calling it a prison. He's calling it a fortress. And I wonder who the betrayer is. Is he talking about us? Because then he also talked about a wanderer who's going to basically be what he needs to help with his vision, apparently. So are we the betrayer or the wanderer? And how did he get stuck in that tower? So I'm really interested to see how that works out. I fell asleep. I wiped the drool off my chin with the back of my hand. The lobby of the occult and historic shop is as empty as it was when we got here. The old clock marks more than an hour since Evie disappeared behind the door to get a tarot reading. No one has come in or out since. The cheap, whimsical playlist coming out of the speakers of the waiting room is the only company I have. Oh, I definitely wanted to music. A bit more and sound effects. I like my text be good. Okay, yeah. So we can return. Chances are, no one even knows I'm still waiting here. And yet, the first sensation that takes me over when the haze of sleep dissipates is that of someone watching me. It's been happening again recently. That buzzing in my neck. The disgusting tickle of 1,000 eyes digging into the back of my head, following me everywhere. The tower. Ugh. The blasted tower again. The dream is getting longer with each passing day, more detailed, more permanent. Now it even haunts my sporadic naps. If I close my eyes. What is crueler than having no place to go, but having no one to be? He has to be talking about us, the betrayer then, right? For as long as I can remember, this dream has been a part of my life, an infinite tower decomposing in the bleeding night sky. It's a cryptid nightmare typical of the imaginative mind of a kid, something let go of when you get older, but I didn't. It lingered until I stepped out of Feyburn to live my own life. Then, it disappeared without a trace. But since I've moved back 2 weeks ago, it's been visiting most nights again, as if it had been waiting for me to return. I can't say I'm surprised it's back though. My mind has never been in a worse place than it is now. Jobless, broke, living back with my mom and grandmother in the old family house, waiting for my best friend to get tired of asking questions about her future to a stranger that allegedly has supernatural powers. And dealing with the ominous dreams provoked my feelings of anxiety and dread. One therapist I saw had an interesting hypothesis. Having my grandmother constantly claiming the town is cursed may have had some effects on my brain as a kid. The scary tower was the result of it. Based on Grandma's superstitious thinking, the longer I stay here, the more evil rubs on me. That means I'm cursed by now, following that logic. And everyone else who lives here. You think they would notice if they were. Maybe if I believed in those kinds of things, it would bring some kind of relief. I could try to uncurse myself, if that's possible. Cleanse? Purify? I'm not sure what the word would be. Ooh, a message. It's the flintlock would be. A text from Evie, who should not be texting while she's getting her fortune read. Attached to the text is a poorly taken photo of what seems to be a bunch of rocks thrown on top of a round table. SFL, save for later. I don't think you're supposed to sneak a photo of... Anyways. Yeah, nothing has changed. My lifelong best friend is still obsessed with the occult and is ecstatic to bring me along for the ride now that I'm back. My grandmother, who is close to 100 years but has the spirit of a 25-year-old, keeps insisting the town is cursed and wants me gone again. The sooner, the better. My mother is on the verge of having a fistfight with that very same grandmother if she dares to pull another one of her stunts to protect us from evil spirits. The only silver of normalcy I have in my life right now is my daily job hunting. Besides that, I've got nothing. At the end of the day, there's nothing in my mind but the gnawing fear of having made a mistake so far back in time, it's too late to fix it. A business card slips off its neat stack on the top of the table in front of me. A bunch of flashy flyers lay next to them. Feyborn is a dull little place, but it offers a stream of surprisingly affluent mystics, seers, and so on. This Master Lysander has been the talk of the town for a while. It looks like he's trying to make a brand for himself in his expensive costumes and flamboyant aesthetics, straight out of a flat fantasy book for teenagers. I put the business card back into place and pick up one of the flyers. Glitter falls from its pages on top of my lap when I open the thick, glossy fold-out paper. Damn, my 14-year-old self would have loved this. Huh. A wandering maid seeking knowledge and offering enlightenment. The solution to break the curse that falls in the city lies nowhere else but in my powerful mind. No way. This man also thinks the town is haunted? That makes 2 people in all of Feyborn, which isn't much, but it's weird enough. Or maybe every place he visits is haunted. Convenient, am I right, Master Lysander? You can mean anywhere. Hello? Ooh, hold on, wait a minute. You're kind of pretty, sir. Is it sir? Are those your pronouns? Hold on now, wait a minute. I kind of like that outfit where you can kind of just stick your little hands right inside, you know, just a little touch. I press the flyer against my chest. A door has opened with a rumbling thud, and a shadowy figure stands at the other side of the room.
The reading can begin now.
Ooh, I like that voice. Wait, did you not do the reading yet? Why have I been sitting here waiting for Evie then? For a moment, I don't know if they're talking to me, or if another customer has come in during my lapse in attention. It only takes a brief inspection to check there's no one else around though. It's just us. This way? Okay. They gesture with their arm, holding the door wide open and clear invitation. Ooh. Save? Oh, bless. We always save. What if... I feel like if I decline, something bad's gonna happen. You know what would be funny? If I decline and the game just ends just right there. Like, oh, no reading? Okay, no more game for you. Do I go? If I decline, I want to go the decline route and see what happens, because I'm not the one here for a reading. Well, I'm waiting for a friend, actually. I didn't pay for a session. They cock their head to the side, as if to get a better look at me. Your friend booked 2 readings. 2? Oh. Okay. That sounds a bit like Evie. I'm happy to know she thinks of me, but at the same time, I wish she didn't feel like she has to cheer me up. She's already been doing a lot for me lately. I just hope it wasn't too expensive. My bank account isn't exactly thriving right now. It would be rude to say no if the session has already been organized, but I don't know if I have the stomach to bear with another awkward session after last week's. I'll have to find out, I guess. I stand up from my seat, and their smile broadens. As I follow them, I give a last glance to the door Evie disappeared behind. I'm sure I'll be done before she is anyway. Inside the room, the psychic stands in front of a bookshelf, their fingers hovering over the spines of the mini books neatly tucked inside. It's a small place that barely has space to move around. The air is heavy, charged with different smells mixing together in a distinct perfume. Please, close the door and take a seat. I reluctantly look back at the waiting room. There's an odd pressure in my chest I can't get rid of. No, I've never been intimidated by places like this. I'm not about to start now. I push the door until it's sealed, sending a flurry of some kind of sparkling powder from the floor. Thank you. As I take my seat, the seer starts rummaging around. When they finally sit in front of me, they place a small notebook near the edge of the table. It's shabby, to say the least. The faded cover still has some visible white lines, but I can't make any sense of the drawings they used to form.
I have been waiting for you.
Me? My heart skips a beat. How do you... They smile slowly. Ah, maybe Evie booked the session under my name. Makes sense.
The one between told me about you. They knew you would come to me today.
The one between? That's a new one. A mortar or pestle joined the book on the table, as well as a slim wooden box and an ink bottle with a brush seated on top. No need to be so surprised. You, more than anyone else, should be familiar with the ways of the occult. My face drops a bit, but I'm quick to cover it up. By the way their grin widens, I can tell I failed. There's no way they know about me, or my family. They're surely only reciting a speech they use to impress every client that steps into this room. Discomfort worms its way into my chest, but inside it, there's a slight spark of curiosity. Share your thoughts with me. My thoughts? The first thing crossing your mind. The key to getting acquainted with one's psyche lies in spontaneity.
Your mind, your inner self, knows more about what haunts you than you do yourself.
Wait, before we start, I have to warn you. I don't believe in this kind of thing. I don't mean to disrespect your work in the slightest, but you may be wasting your time with me. You don't really believe that, do you, Miss Starshot? There's a deliberately crafted balance inside you. And what does that mean? You do not believe, but I can see you're quite sensitive to the ways the common folk consider unorthodox. There's a pointed pause as they tilt their head. Ah, yes. That makes sense. Your family's influence, yes? My mouth opens to ask, but I stop myself. They know what I'm about to say, and I know what they would answer. The one between told me. You must know, then, how the minds of a chosen few are prone to connecting with unusual places and forces. The air becomes stiff and dense around me, and the shadows behind their figures seem to elongate until I can make out the shape of a tower. Ooh, the tower? You see, it is easier to enlighten the unbelieving than it is to take devotion away from the faithful. I assume you're planning to enlighten me then? You're an interesting individual, Miss Starshot. We both have our reasons to walk the paths we choose. That we do. Now, as much as I would be ecstatic to discuss this further with you, shall you indulge me? I am very interested in what the mind of yours is hiding. The first thing crossing my mind, huh? Right now, there's a bunch of things I could think about. Ooh, we always save because I don't trust myself. Ooh, okay. What does the one between say about me? How's the town curse exactly? How do you know about my family? I'm curious about the one in between, actually. What can this one between tell you about me? If they know so much about me, you surely don't need to ask me. They lean forward ever so slightly, and I find myself imitating them. They said you would pose a challenge, which I have already found out myself. Were you anyone else, I wouldn't have offered you my aid, but you truly are a special one. Fearless, confident. Life has tried to bend you to the ways of others, and still, you have prevailed. For a fleeting and heart-wrenching instant, we just look at each other. I can see it in the faint glint of their eyes. They are carefully minding their words, lest something slip. My. Someone thinks that you're flirting with me. They laugh, boisterous and carefree, breaking their carefully studied row. Oh, I wonder, can we romance the seer, please? You're not here for love, however, are you? I mean, I am, though. Definitely not. I say I'm here by pure chance. The one between doesn't believe in such thing. That you are here today before me, just like they predicted, it could be nothing if not a matter of divine providence. I decided right here and now what's crossing my mind. Alright, color me interested. Tell me about this patron of yours. They reach up to lower the veil over their face, but I catch the concealed dart of their tongue. My patron, the one between. They are once appointed as the watchtower of the universe. They rule over a world akin to ours, where we committed sin after sin and strode away from the truer meaning of life. The one between made sure their realm would never walk that path. There's a but somewhere. Staring at them, I can feel the words stuck in their throat as if they were in mine, keeping me from breathing. I should not talk about them lightly, however. By contract, I'm bound to share only what they give me permission to. In other words, Master Lysander hasn't really written down the one between story. And if you say something you shouldn't, you may get fired. Well, damn, we didn't have to do that to him. We could have just played along, right? I feel so bad. We said it out loud. Fuck. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Oh, see, I feel really bad. I am so sorry, Seer. Sorry, Yes, you could very well say so. They were right about you. Care to share? They said you wouldn't have trouble speaking openly. That is very generous of your patron. I usually get mouthy instead. I'm afraid I would have to agree. The chuckles we share, thankfully, dissipates the tension that lingers in the air. Without another word, they open the last page of the notebook and pick up a silky red ribbon resting in the back cover. Let us begin then. Begin? What has this been then? Just a warm-up? Exactly. Under my vigilant stare, they tie one end of the ribbon around their wrist. They extend their hand to me next, leaving it on top of the table. Your hand, please. I hesitate. Something doesn't sit right with me. It hasn't for a while, but how does this person know so much about my life? It's impossible. Do I know them from somewhere? Are they an acquaintance of my family that I don't know about? Not even a stalker would know about the intimate parts of my childhood. At least that's what I want to think. I can't say I believe any of their words, but the shadow of doubt is starting to settle in my chest. Worst case scenario, Evie has been scammed and these people are weirdos. What if this really gives me some answers? You seem to be particularly interested in me. I cannot deny that. What do you win with this? If I stood up and left now, what would you lose? My patron would be disappointed. I don't expect to recruit you or convert you. I merely wish to give you insight, to give you the choice you've never been granted. Let's make a deal then. If I go through with this, you let me ask you as many questions as I want, and you answer them. Their shoulders relax with a timid exhale.
I give you my word that after this whole ordeal is over, you will have the answers you seek. Okay. Please give me truthful answers, though. Good. Not that their word means anything, but I'll take it, for now. I place my hand on theirs, and to my utter disbelief, they flip it over. They don't seem interested in the lines of my palm. Instead, they tie the other end of the ribbon around my wrist with delicacy, and then dip the brush in the ink. As they do, I sneak my other hand into my pocket where my phone is. If something happens, I just have to press the power button 5 times. Then, it's 10 seconds of countdown until emergency services are notified. I sound crazy. Nothing's going to happen. The seer stops before the tip of the brush can touch my skin, their eyes finding mine. I give them permission with a curt nod. It's oddly fascinating. I thought I had seen everything: oil, water riddles, ashes, needles. But this is new. I close my eyes, focusing on the almost soothing sensation of the brush caressing me. Yes, relax. Let your mind wander far, far away, to places you never believed you could go.
Their voice is so captivating. It's impossible not to melt on my seat, concentrating on the feeling of the ink coating my skin. My hand is left on top of the table as they draw theirs away, the wood pressing under my finger throbs. On the black, empty canvas that covers my eyes, I see something slithering up, high in the sky. Oh. See it. Connect with it. It's the tower again. The tower. It materializes before me, so alive I could reach out and touch it. There's a lonely path carved in the mountains, disappearing behind the thick curtain of fog. What do you want from me? What are you? I hear a metallic sheen, raising goosebumps on my limbs. I become aware of the silence,
of the rumbling of something beneath my feet. There's that strange tickle on the back of my neck again, slowly taking the shape of a pair of eyes. Something. Oh, hell no! Something pins my hand to the. Was the seeing him unsheathing a blade? Do not tell me this man pins my hand to the table. Bro, do not tell me. My hand. Oh, hell no! Oh, pull it out and run! The pain doesn't strike right away. Fear does. What? Wait. Why? The blade of a knife has stabbed through my palm, digging deep into the wood. Blood seeps through the grooves and stains them red. Oh, that hurts me. I can't breathe. My sweaty thumb slips from my phone. I don't know how many times I managed to press the button before my body goes numb. So, was he planning to do this the whole time then? I slump over the table. Hands slitter along my limbs. Sharp nails digging into my skin, pressing me down against the freezing wood. Is that them? Is that what they're doing? They're kind of freaky, but like, hello?
Please don't be scared.
Yeah. You know what? Silly me, I should not have been scared. There's clearly a reasonable explanation as to why you pinned my hand to the table with a knife when I thought I was just gonna have like a future reading or something. I don't blink when I raise my eyes to the seer, still sitting calmly in front of me. They look at me with grotesque adoration, placing their hand on top of mine. Is it the one with the knife through it? Wait, they're bleeding too, and her blood mixes in an indistinguishable crimson stream.
We all have to play our part in this.
What's my part though? Their face draws close to mine, but I can't recoil. I can't fight this agony, turning my limbs to stone.
I have played mine, and now it's time for you to play yours.
They raise their fingers to my hair, brushing it off my face. Fight? Huh? Fight. Fight, Wanderer. Wait, we're the Wanderer? Okay. Fight. If you want to live, fight. I guess I gotta fight? Can we just like do a cool move, take the knife out, and then stab him? Well, guys, what should I choose? Fight, 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 or fight? How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. I feel like I gotta say, like, does a certain fight do something? I feel a bit scared. Let's do this one. Ooh. A strength that should not be within me rushes through my veins, inhuman and raw. My free hand curls around the handle of the knife at a dizzying speed. I yank the blade out from my hand, drawing an arc through the air with my bubbling blood. The knife's edge glides across the seer's face. Their flesh resists the blade, skin and muscle pushing back against my grip to no use. Well, that's completely your fault. Everything breaks. Like red ribbons carried by the wind, the seer's face explodes into thin strips of meat and blood. That was just one slash though, right?
No. No!
Oh, my bad. I don't think we can romance seer, unfortunately.
This can't be happening! This was not the deal!
Deal? The last thing I see before white pierces my eyes is the seer's face, twisting beyond recognition as the flesh around their mouth tears with a terrifying sound. A violent gust of wind pushes me back against the chair. The furniture is lifted into the air, flying around like sheets of paper, and I cling to the knife for dear life. The chair gives in.
Gravity pulls me down at the speed that flips my stomach over. It burns. Am I on fire? Flames lick my skin, burning past my clothes and flesh until they reach bone. I try to open my eyes, only to screw them shut again with a wail, afraid they turn into ash like the rest of me. I can't hear anything but a ringing in my brain. I don't know if my voice is reaching anyone as I scream for help. I crash into something. My bones break one after the other, like the keys of piano being violently played. My charred skin comes apart until my raw flesh is in the open, and the raging gale carrying me transforms into a million needles pricking every spot they can reach. Then there's just silence, around me and inside me. The sensation of my bones shattering into splinters feels like soft droplets of rain caressing my body. Jesus, that's kind of harsh. So this must be it. This must be what dying feels like. Within the agonizing plague of thoughts tearing my brain apart, there's a clear revelation that leaves no emotion behind. I'm going to die. Awaken, my wanderer. Huh? I see the night sky. Pearlescent tears glint in the vast darkness of the world, above and below, as far as the eye can see. The soft hands of the void brush my hair away from my face and brace the soles of my feet. I'm standing, or so I think. I can see my bones peeking through the sliced and scorched meat my body once was, and I feel nothing. You are here, but you are not. There is no sense of direction. Left and right merge with up and down, and the only points of reference I have are my useless limbs. You are not complete. Something warm touches my hand. When I look down, there's nothing but the pitiful sight of thin bones that remain attached to my arm. It's not my body that's being touched. It's me. This is most disheartening. I had hoped you would. Yes, I had hope. That's all I could do. Do not fear, my dear wanderer. I will take care of you. All of them have failed me. All of them. But you won't. You won't fail me. Gentle fingers caress my cheeks, soothing to my aching skin. The words tickle my brain, begging to be released. I won't fail you. Say it. Manifest it. Feel it in the depths of your soul. Oh, I can't even move. Okay. I know. You're my dear, dear wanderer after all. Our last beacon of hope. The one that carries my will. A kiss falls on my forehead. The world lays me down ever so gently, and in its navel, brimming with life, I am left to rest. I'm cradled in vaporous waves, laying at a shore that is yet to heal from the storm. But one day, it will heal. One day, it will heal. And it will be glorious. This will be my parting gift to you. Shooting stars descend from above, sinking into the empty husk that I am. Inside me, they stretch and twist, sewing me back together stitch by stitch. Then there is light. My eyelids, still sticky over my unfinished and hollow eyes, part to reveal a shining silhouette. The world groans with animosity, with hatred. The sky turns red for the briefest of instants before it settles back into a deeper blue. You never give up, do you? Breaking into my sacred chest, taking my wanderer away from me. Your cruelty knows no limits. A gasp tears through my body as if life is breathed into me once more. The pain is numbing and suffocating, but there is no chest for me to clutch. Our time together comes to an end. I will see you soon, my dear wanderer. I will see you soon.
Well, okay. That was a lot. That was a lot that just happened for us. Okay. So I'm assuming Seer is like dead or horribly disfigured at this point. Who knows if we're ever gonna see them again? Seer talked about a deal that was going on. So who did Seer make a deal with? So I'm assuming the guy at the beginning who said the tower was his fortress instead of prison, him and the person who told us to fight, it seems like they're two different people, is what I'm assuming. So I don't know how we play a part in this as the Wanderer. And the whole burning flesh part and us just basically being burnt flesh and bones and skin and everything falling off. That's kind of horrifying to imagine. Like, we actually lived through that pain and kind of just had to sit there with our wounds like that. And now we're here. I don't know where we are, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next. Ugh. A dream? It all was. Fuck. The red and black dots burned into my corneas, mixed with the tears glazing over my eyes, making it difficult to focus on what's in front of me. I catch the faint chant of crickets in the distance. My skin shivers as I look at the clogged sky. It's freezing. I prop myself up on my elbows, coughing and spitting the patches of grass from my mouth. Ugh. Suddenly, every sensation crashes into me at once. Everything. It burns. I ball my hands into fists, only to be rewarded with the wave of sharp pain. White, hot pain. I try to gulp down every breath, but the air gets caught between my wheezing ribs. Under my skin. Somebody's moving. Oh God. We're really going through it. Jesus Christ. Can we get a moment of peace? I claw at my arms, at my throat, trying to tear off lumps my nails run into. The pain. I can't. I collapse on my side, blades of grass scratching my sizzling skin. A single drop of rain falls on my forehead. It's fine, Lottie. You'll be fine. Clenching my jaw tightly, I catch one breath after another. I don't know how long I waited before the agony tearing me apart finally ebbs away. The first coherent sensation that takes over me is the smell of wet grass and dirt. I sit up. The sudden motion turns my stomach upside down, but I force myself to my feet. I look down, gasping at the sight of blood dripping down my forearm. There's a swollen, gaping cut in the middle of my palm. So that did not heal. Okay. We need to bandage that, please. What the hell just happened? I take in my surroundings. Trees stand as far as the eye can see. The hill I seem to be on, top of, slinks down and back up, spreading into endless mountains. My head. The memories spring forth as if from an open faucet. That seer clearly knew about me. I remember talking with them. I remember the pain in my hand and the adrenaline surging through my veins, but then... nothing. I can't recall a single thing after that. Did they drug me? Was I hallucinating? My phone. I have to check my phone. Thankfully, it's still in my pocket, in one piece. There's no signal at all. No internet connection either. But I dial Evie's number anyway. Well. Alright. Okay. I'll call the emergency number.
Fuck, come on! There should be a network tower somewhere. Why can't I even reach the fucking emergency line? What if they attacked Evie too? Was their appointment a trap? I have to do something. I can't just wait here. Taking a deep breath, I put the hem of my shirt between my teeth and rip off a piece of fabric. I manage to tightly wrap the cloth around my hand. It doesn't take long for it to turn red, but I can only hope it does some good until I find help. Okay, Lottie. Good job. The moon peeks over the clouds, its pale light bouncing off on something buried in the mud. There, covered in blood, lies the knife. I cut them back, didn't I? I just cut that person's face. I've never held a knife in my hands for the purpose of hurting someone or defending myself. As I grab it now, I don't feel the strength from before, but an unsettling pressure in my chest. It may come in handy. They might come back to finish the job, which is terrifying to think about. Let's get a move on. Balancing the knife between my fingers, I fit my phone on my palm, eyes trained on the empty signal bars as I start to march forward. There has to be a network tower somewhere, or a road I can get to. There's some kind of band tied around the trees, which means people must be living nearby. This could be a pilgrimage route or a camping zone. Maybe these rocks are some kind of landmark. The flapping of wings breaks the silence. A group of crows sit on a branch right above my head, tilting their beaks at me. I speed up, moving my phone around to catch even a small bar of signal. The crows follow me, bouncing from tree to tree, trying to guess where I might be going. If only I knew to begin with. Fuck, I'm not close to Fayborn at all, am I? Huh? A reddish light flickers in the forest below, standing out amongst the dark green of the landscape. It's a fire. There's someone down there. I'm saved. I raise my eyes to the sky as relief washes over me. The thick clouds disperse to unveil the moon, as if she wanted to give me her blessing. I have never seen the moon look so big. It shines so brightly, it illuminates the whole forest like a... Is that the tower? That is... But No, wait a second. Whatever they did to me, whatever is going on, it's just in my head. It's nothing else. I know. Something's wrong here. My heart starts pounding loudly in my ears. The tower is there, just like in my dreams, sitting infinitely tall right before my eyes. It exists. The tower is real. Magnificent isn't. Ouch! A sharp flash of pain drills the inside of my skull. The light of the moon becomes unbearable, and I turn away, clutching my forehead. What the hell did they do to me? Frigid sweat rolls down my spine. There's a suffocating pain in my chest. I need to find help soon. I glance back at the fire, trying not to let the massive tower on the horizon drag my attention away. There's definitely someone down there, but I don't know if my body will hold out long enough. Ooh, okay. We're gonna go to the fire. No, I'm almost there. I can't give up now. I've gotten this far, just a bit more, just enough to reach that fire. It could be a shelter, some teenagers partying in secret, a family having a camp night. All of those sound better than turning away from the tower and taking my chances in the dark. Whatever that thing is, whatever is happening, it has a logical explanation. With that thought in mind, I keep walking. The murmur of the wind is my single companion. At least the strange wooden lamps framing the path offer an adequate source of light. What was that? I look around, wary of any movement or sound. But after a couple of seconds of holding my breath, nothing happens. There's a strange chill in the air, and now that I pay attention, there's not a sound to be heard. I freeze. Wait a minute. We was that there before, or was I just blind? A long shadow stretches out amongst the jagged trunks, disappearing behind the trees. There's still a figure standing at its end, remaining completely still. I can't see their face, but they're completely clad in black, their clothes tight against their skin. Their head begins to swivel from left to right, searching for something. Is it me? Searching for someone. They found me. But I didn't hear anyone following me. No. They would have jumped me by now if they had noticed, right? Whispers come from where the stranger lingers. A sharp ray of moonlight pierces through the trees, bathing them in light. Oh, hell no! Is that what we saw? That is not a stranger. That is an unholy creature. Oh, nah. What? What the hell is that? I grip the handle of the knife with all of my strength, taking a step back. The hairs on my arms stand on end as I take in the vicious, putrid flesh of the creatures before me. Its skin sizzles when the light brushes its arm, long and knotted together like rotten chunks of meat. One sprouts after the other from a pool of mangled bodies, keeping it standing. Oh, hell no! You don't know me! Do not say my name. Do not let my name come out of your mouth. What the fuck is wrong with you? I slam my hand over my mouth to stifle a whimper. A familiar, metallic stench reaches my nostrils, and I press my lips together in a poor attempt to keep the blood on my hand from seeping into my mouth. Oh, no. A retch turns my stomach upside down. This is a nightmare. This can only be a nightmare. The creature doesn't move. Its elongated head keeps pivoting from one side to the other, like a watchtower. There is no way I can get past that. We were just gonna go the other way. Oh shit! Hide? Did I hide? No! It was timed! I wasn't paying attention! I wanted to click on hide. I don't think I made it. Every fiber of my being is set on fire. What the hell is that? No. Do not find Lottie. Do not find Lottie. Go home. Take a rest. Take a vacation. You need it, don't you? The campfire. The campfire! Forget about the campfire! Someone help me, please. I cannot do this. I don't realize I'm running until the bushes and branches start catching my skin as I push myself through them. Every step echoes in my head, loud, painful. I need to get out of here. No, mistaken identity, wrong person. The mud becomes heavy and sticky under my feet, but I keep going. The ripples of smoke come closer, and so does the tower. Keep going. Keep going. For the love of God, please keep going. Yeah, be for real. My legs sink into the soil, all the way up to my hip. I try to yank it loose, bending over and pulling with all my strength, but it doesn't budge. No, please, come on. No. A hand sprouts out of the fleshy ground. It coils around my free ankle, lumpy fingers creeping up my skin until they reach my calf. No. Is this... Bruh, did I get a bad in already? Do not tell me I just died. Another takes hold of my elbow, pulling me down. My cheek presses against the putrid mud. The joints of my arms and legs stretch to a painful limit that has me crying out. Someone please help me. Something heavy falls on my back. The last breath of air I take is plagued by a rotten and thick liquid that pools in the back of my throat. No, no. I'm sinking. I'm being dragged down, down. And then, nothing. This was not supposed to happen. Why did you do that? Tell me. You're smarter than that. Stronger than that, aren't you? Well, my reflexes weren't quick enough to click hide though, so... I refuse to believe I was wrong about you. You are not done. We are not done, my wanderer. You shall rise again. But beware. I will not be there to snatch you from the great void's hands forever. Awaken, my wanderer, and this time, do it for good. I got a lifeline! Oh, thank God. Bro. So, does that happen with whatever choice you choose in that situation, or was I just horrible and I got that a death scene, basically? Huh? What was I doing? The forest around me slowly comes back to life. There's a tingle in my fingertips and a foul taste in my mouth. Mud? Great! Eating dirt rhetorically and literally, it seems. The tower is still there, waving its invisible hands at me. The feeling of urgency beating somewhere inside me creeps up to my forefront of my senses. Okay, I know. Yeah, I was running around away from whatever the hell this is. I guess we gotta rest it again. I guess I'll do it again. So the fire part didn't work, so let's go downhill and see what happens this time. You know what? I'll just go back. I can't. If I look at it, then the roaring echo of thunder marks the first step I take back downhill. I grip the knife harder, walking as quickly as I can. What was a challenging climb before now turns into a maddening descent that numbs my senses. Damn it. My feet gets tangled, catapulting my body forward. I tilt my shoulder to brace my fall, and I skid through the mud until my head bumps the giant root of a tree. Before I know it, I'm mustering all the strength left in me to stand back up. There must be a road at the bottom of the hill, right? Maybe I'll be lucky and find one before I have to go all the way down. Or maybe I'll find a country house, an old living couple there in the middle of nowhere. Just keep going, Lottie. Keep going, and then I'm sure I stop. Hello, City Sub. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I'm trying to survive. I kind of got a bad end and died, and now I'm starting over. So yeah, we'll hope I survive this time. A few feet away from me, someone stands completely still, almost merging with the trees looming above our heads. The fog slithers around their feet, licking the edges of a pair of long legs. Please let it be a person instead of a flesh creature this time. I'm saved. I'm saved. Heart bolting in my chest, I resume my running, this time with purpose. Hey, over here. Please, can you help? Again? I just died to you last time, please. The air freezes, becoming trapped in time. What stands in front of me is made of the fabric of nightmares, of the threads holding every scrap of madness in this world together. Its head swivels all the way back to face me, poison flesh squelching with the twist of its misshapen neck. It holds itself like a scared little kid, and a moany gurgle emerges from a mouth brimming with teeth. Can we not? What? Yeah, this thing kind of killed me in the bad end. It's called Lost in Limbo. It's a romance not RPG. It's like a romance dark horror game. So yeah, we are supposed to be romancing people, supposed to be a bunch of love, but like I'm in the dark part right now. This is only the demo that the game is out. The full version has not been released yet. Yeah, that's me. Not try and get me though. Its body shudders. Its many legs sewn together in the middle cause it to trip when it tries to take a step towards me. No, those are not legs. I watch as it struggles to get back up, standing tall on a pile of disfigured bodies. Mud covers its disgustingly tender skin, and it wails my name once more. The cold clings to the tips of my fingers, to the back of my head, biting my skin. Oh dear God. It pounces on me in the blink of an eye, jaws wide open. Oh, run! Can I run? Time! The world flips around me as I hit the ground. There is knock out of my lungs. Something sharp and incredibly strong pins me down. An distinctive stench assails my nostrils as a creature with mouth part. Please, not again! I just died to you last time! Let me go! Well, I think I'm dead this time too. I kick and thrash, but the beast doesn't budge. Its sharp claws dig into my shoulder blades. From its tongue rolls a thick, black liquid that slowly falls into my face. Ugh! The knife. I should have fought back. I swear to God. Where's the knife? Together? What do you want from me? No, get away. Someone please, bro. One of the love interests, please save me. I do not want to do this. I try to push its face away, but my fingers sink into its skin, into its soft and rotted flesh. Its mouth shifts downwards, biting my wrist, and my whole arm disappears behind the rotten black mask. Yeah, I think I'm dead again. Well, third time the charm, right? It pushes me down into the mud parts open, and its coldness wraps around my limbs. The liquid oozing from the creature burns my eyes. Yeah, I think. Wait, am I saved? I hear someone shouting far in the distance. Please, savior. I can't do anything. I'm going to die here for a second time. The last thing I remember is the feeling of my lungs flooded with mud and darkness. Please, I swear to God. It's not my fault I died a second time. I am trying. I should have known. Are you mocking me, perhaps? You truly cannot be the sense. What am I supposed to do against that creature? Be for real. Am I being discarded? I have no need of you. I will find someone else to carry all my woe. I swear to God. If death is your wish, they also grant it to you. Well, all right. There's no shot, of course. Okay, hold on. I saved. I made sure to save. We always save in these type of games. We're gonna try again. Hold on. Okay. Stream seems fun, but what's up? By no time, have a good one. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. I will try to survive again. Hopefully, pray for me. Third time the charm, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and skip through all this. I already read this. We're gonna get to the part where we saw the creature. Yep. Bro, I can't believe I died twice. So it's actually kind of hard here. Okay, I'm gonna hide this time. Cause I think last time I did not have a chance. Hide. Okay. Let's hopefully this works. It hasn't seen me yet, or so I hope. What is it? Why is it saying my name? Throwing a panic glance over my shoulder, I make up my mind. Okay. As silently as I can manage, I delve deeper into the woods, away from the creature. I walk until I can't see the road any longer, careful not to step on any dry patches of grass or fallen leaves. It's dark. Fog is starting to rise, wrapping me in a frostbitten embrace, and I can barely see beyond the tips of my toes. Bloody hands still over my mouth, I slowly crouch behind a tree and wait. I don't know what I should do. What if it doesn't leave? What if it comes this way and it's out there? I feel it. I swear I can hear its heavy steps behind me. Please don't find me. Please don't find me. I wait in silence, not daring to even breathe. Time stretches until I lose track of it. until I perceived nothing but the wailing of the wind, the anxious throbbing of my taut muscles. Every time I think of standing up and looking back, I stop myself. Just a minute longer. I can't stay here forever. I should keep walking, heading anywhere I can reach. I clumsily bring myself to my feet, using the tree for leverage. Peeling my hand off my face, I take a shallow breath, one that smells of iron and dirt. Oh dear God. Oh, thank God. A human, a person, not that gross flesh creature. I think I got it. Wait, but please don't kill me though. You're nice, right? Pain rattles my skull as I'm shoved back against the trunk. Rough fingers press against my lips, shutting them close. I lash into the arm keeping me hostage, yanking at the fabric covering it.
If you want to live, do not move.
Oh, savior is a savior. Then, unblinking pupils pin me where I stand. My chest heaves with a ragged breath, and the fingers digging into my jaw tighten painfully in silent punishment. They push me back against the tree with more force. The jagged edges of the bark bite into my skin. As this unfamiliar face draws closer until I can feel their breath merging with mine, I swear my skull is going to crack in half like an egg. We're gonna obey. Because I think they're stopping us because the monster's out there. So they're definitely helping us, at least in this moment. I can't say what happens after though. Terror takes over. Their sunken eyes make my guts churn. I take one last breath through my nose before I become completely still. My hands, clawing at his arm a second ago, now hold onto him for dear life. I look into their eyes, begging, but they just push harder against my mouth. Something moves behind them, and a pitiful sound echoes from my chest.
Shh, quiet.
My gaze flickers to the left, but the stranger tilts my head back into place, forcing me to lock gazes with them. They don't move. If it weren't for the pulse I can feel in their fingers, I would swear there's no heart beating past his ribcage. The treacherous claws of curiosity tickle my spine, beckoning me to look over their shoulder, but I resist the urge. Instead, I just stare deeply into the haunting pools of green in front of me. We wait. The chill of the night filters through my clothes, biting into my sweat-coated skin. My heart beats so achingly loud, I'm afraid it will give away our position. But just as fast as it began, it ends. The stranger releases me, taking away all the strength that was keeping me upright. I manage to kneel forward, fighting the acid climbing to my throat. A retch rattles my chest, but I swallow down whatever may be trying to emerge. My forceful savior looks around in grim silence. When they notice my gaze, they tilt their head askew, as if wondering whether I have something to say. You're not as obtuse as you look. Maybe you do have a chance after all. Their words are hushed, not meant for my ears, but aimed at me nonetheless. Then, he started walking away without so much as a warning. Oh, wait! They don't stop. I don't have time to think as I bring myself to my feet, running after them. Hey, wait! I wrap my hand around their arm to stop them.
Do not touch me.
Then wait for me, dude! He brushes me away, creating some distance between us. I'm left gawking at the retreating bag as I scramble to follow them. We've made it back to the path somehow. The moonlight traces the silver edges of his attire, and recognition tickles my brain. It's not the seer though. You. Are you one of them? What? Your cloak. What about it? The eye in their chest, the obscure face. This can't be a coincidence. Take off your hood. Please. After a tense moment of silence, he sighs. Their hands move slowly to the edges of the hood, pulling it off their head. Ooh, not human! His skin is so pale, I can barely see the bluish veins running under his cheek. His eyes, a green too bright to be natural, draw a line from the top of my head to the tip of my toes. Satisfied? They walk away, not waiting for an answer. Whoever this is, they don't look surprised to see me. I'm covered in mud, one arm still dripping blood, and they haven't so much as batted an eyelid. There's no way someone like them has found me here, in the middle of nowhere, by pure chance. I stumble after them without a second thought, bringing a hand to my still burning chest. Wait, you know something, don't you? They don't slow down whatsoever. If anything, I swear they're speeding up to try and leave me behind. Wait, can you walk slower, please? No, keep up. Okay, so it looks like they're not completely dismissing us, hopefully. I instinctively look back at the tower, now becoming thinner on the horizon as we start climbing down the hill. Where are we? Somewhere you should not be. That helps a lot. Thank you so much. That's pretty obvious. Are we far away from Faeborn? Do you know where that is?
We are immeasurably far from your home.
Their firm, hasty steps carry them down the hill with the confidence of someone who knows where they're going, and I don't know what to do or say. Reason is starting to abandon me, slowly but surely, and my vision is already blurring at the edges. Someone did something to me. I've probably lost some of my blood, and I think I'm delirious. I catch the flicker of their eyes as they glance at my poorly bandaged hand. You will survive. I have no, what's the word? Not antibiotics, no. I have nothing to clean the wound, sir. I can get an infection. Their indifferent snort makes me stop completely. When they notice I'm not following, they look at me over their shoulder. What are you stopping for? I see it now. The disgust in his gaze as he looks at me. The impatient tapping of his foot. Both as if I were nothing but a nuisance they're forced to take care of. This person doesn't feel any sympathy for me, and his intentions are as much of a mystery as he is. I stop myself from looking back as the thought of running away crosses my mind. Maybe if I use all the strength left in me to reach the campfire, I have a chance to do it. Ooh. I will not go after you. If you want to leave, leave. I do not care. Then why the hell did you help me? The words leave my mouth before I can think them through. The step they were about to take halts suddenly, as if my question had physically manifested in front of them to block their way. Do not be mistaken. If I saved you, know I have my reasons. And those are? He lifts his gaze to the sky. A storm is growing closer. Let us hurry. It won't be long before they find our trail. What? No response again. I speed up as much as my sore muscles allow me until I'm walking right next to them, and they take a pointed step to the side to distance themselves from me. What do you mean? That thing. Are you talking about that? Yes. You saw it? Yes. So, I wasn't hallucinating? No. Okay. It knew my name. How? Why did it know my name? Circles, can't you just be quiet for a second? For someone who complains about their state, you surely have plenty of energy to flap that tongue of yours. If you answer any of my questions, I have a reason to shut up. All your questions will be answered when we get to safety. Okay, see, that's not unreasonable. We definitely need to be somewhere safe. Now, Unless you wish to know what it feels like to have your head separated from your body, shut up and keep walking. A shudder rolls down my spine as I risk a glance back over my shoulder. All right, gift to safety. That sounds good. At least tell me your name. No. Okay, I guess. Why not? It is not important. It is to me. They mutter something under their breath. I don't have to hear it to know it's nothing close to a compliment. If you're just a little more compliant, then I wouldn't be...
Envy.
Oh! Is this one of the... What was it? The sovereigns of Limbo? The 7 sovereigns of Limbo. I think that has to be one of them. Huh?
If you have to address me, which I hope doesn't happen too frequently, that is what you will call me.
Okay. Is that like an artistic name or something? Oh no. No? Alright, nice to meet you, I guess. I'm Lottie. I did not... Bro, that's not how you treat a person. Come on now. I'm left behind again as they pick up speed, and this time, I don't try to catch up. That's the end of the conversation and any further exchange we could have. We continue to climb down the hill in silence, with me trailing a few feet behind him. The wind starts blowing more harshly, stinging my skin, and I hug myself to preserve the feeble warmth left in me. Every step takes immense effort, but I refuse to stop. I know they're not going to help me to my feet if I were to fall down. Do not dawdle. We're not out of danger yet. My bad, man. I was just kind of traumatized. I'm trying my best. I'm trying. Not hard enough, it seems. Oh my god. Ooh, I'm gonna bite back. This man kind of pissing me off. Is he one of the characters I can romance? Because I love romancing characters like this where they're harsh and mean to you, and then you make them all nice and good, mushy-gushy to you. Like, bro. Could you just stop with that, you asshole? If I were you, I'll be more careful with what you say. Whether you survive or not is not up to me. As if you give a fuck. There are many things you could have done already if you really wanted to help me, but you haven't. I know that you're plotting something. I may be walking right into trouble, but I have to cling to the only glimmer of hope I can find. If this person is all bark and no bite, I might have a chance to get out of this. If the worst were to come, I was probably dead anyway. You know nothing. And it is better that way. I miscalculate and step on a jagged rock without enough strength to right myself. One moment I'm walking, and the next everything is spinning out of control around me.
I told you not to touch me.
I'm sorry I fell. Their voice is so close, and it fades into the wind like a distant mumble. Their shoulder pushes back against me, but my body refuses to straighten, bending over itself. Then just let me fall, idiot. You are the idiot. They say nothing else, or perhaps I'm too dizzy to hear his complaints. My neck can't support the weight of my head any longer, and I feel it bobbing to the side, bumping against them. I really should have left you behind. Maybe if you didn't talk too much, you would have more energy to continue. Hesitantly, their hand cups my shoulder, easily supporting my weight. My feet shuffle unsteadily, messing up the first steps I try to take. No other words leave their lips as they carry me through the forest. As much as I try to walk on my own, I end up leaning against them more than I would like to admit. I don't feel any better, but by the time we reach what looks like the bottom of the hill, I'm at least breathing properly. Fog is starting to rise once more, coiling around the trunks and the rocks framing the path. We stop. The hand around my shoulder stiffens, and I look at its owner, catching them furrowing their brow. Someone's coming. My breath gets stuck midway as I remember that thing from before. Stay close. I look at them as they step away, facing the source of the sound. I have to bend over to not lose my balance and fall flat to the ground. What? They lift a finger to their lips, and I clamp my mouth shut, gluing myself to their side. The knife is still in my hands, its presence as reassuring as it can be. However, when the tight buzzing in the air seems to reach its peak, envy just deflates. Amon? Oh, someone else. Oh, thank God. And he has his chest out. Hello, sir. You can just move the robe over, maybe like a little peek of a nipple, maybe. And he calls Envy Vivi. That's so cute. Fuck. I jump at the screen as a gargantuan figure materializes right behind me. My elbow collides quite spectacular with Envy's chin when they try to stop me from throwing us both to the ground. Ouch! Watch out, idiot! Don't call me idiot, idiot! A man pops out from the fog, heedless of our reaction. With each step he takes towards us, I find myself craning my neck back further until it's stretched to its limit. He's wearing a weird, flashy tunic, and I avert my gaze when I see the generous cut in the middle, showcasing everything from his neck to his navel.
Vivi! Damn it, I was starting to get worried.
Don't call me that, you moron!
Huh.
What's that now? Just don't call me that. I kind of like their dynamic right now. They're obviously friends, but it seems like Amon definitely, teases Envy or Vivi a lot.
Oh, I was worried sick about you, and this is how you'll repay me?
I never asked for you to worry about me.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to ask, silly. It's my job. Circles keep me.
Hey, you two let come.
Bro, I just met this man. I don't think he likes me. Envy turns to eye me at the same time I do. Our limbs are still awkwardly tangled together, somehow creating a weird balance that keeps us from collapsing in a heap. Hey! Whoops. Yeah, thanks, Amon. Envy shoves me away from them. Luckily, Amon catches me with an ease that borders on comedy.
Now, we don't treat our guests like that, Vivi.
I like his voice. Envy covers his face with both hands, growling loudly against his palms. Oh, he's done. Your name is Vivi? No!
Use that name again and it'll be the last thing you do.
Okay. Cute, right? Very. As I look intermittently between them, I decide I don't know which one of them I trust the least. You alright, sweetheart? Oh, I wish I could have heard him actually say the sweetheart line. My mouth opens to speak, but the sight of the man approaching me steals any coherent words I could offer. It's not that he's taller than average. No, he's the tallest person I've ever encountered in my life. He's huge, massive even. A smirk takes the corner of his lips upwards, squeezing the eye patch he's wearing over his left eye against his brow bone.
I may have to charge you if you look at me like that.
Bro, it's not my fault your titties are kinda halfway out. My mind short circuits. Unsure of how to handle this situation at all, I raise my bleeding hand and wave it about. No, I'm alright. Your friend has been dragging me around this forest for a good while now. As if. I have not once forced you to come with me. Oh, thank you for your basic decency. You did not deserve even that. The stupid ass laugh. Wait a minute, I'm starting to like Amon a lot. You two are getting along just fine, ain't ya? No? I bring my not stabbed hand to my forehead and massage my temples. This couldn't go any worse. When I raise my head again, Amon is scrutinizing me with an arched eyebrow. What? He dusts off my shoulders, but as kind as the gesture is, The slightly disgusted face he makes betrays how terrible I must look. Bro, give me a break.
Oh.
Damn, you look like crap, bunny. Bro. Thanks? Wait, what did you... The name's Aman, by the way. I'm Vivi's big bro. Wait, for real, for real? He draws Envy closer by the shoulders with a huge grin, pressing him against his side. Unfortunate. They're actually siblings? You two are siblings? So what happened? I thought it wouldn't take you so long. Envy scurries away from his brother's scraps. Once again, I'm non-existent. Yeah, they're family alright. The ignoring people actively talking to me trait must run in their genes. The Voidbound found her first. I managed to lure them away, but they must have picked up on our trail by now. Ooh, Voidbound, okay.
No.
That's no good. The what? Let's get going then. I already sent word to the Spire of what's going on. Wait. Let me stop you right there. This is going too fast. I'm having trouble catching up. What the hell are you talking about? Nothing of your concern. You'll keep doing as I say. The audacity? What? No! Their eyes narrow on me. No. No. I think I've already played along enough. I deserve an explanation. Where are you taking me exactly? Where are we? No one has mentioned a hospital or a police station. In fact, these two weird-looking people seem surprisingly unmoved by the sight of me. Our gazes clash. I take a preemptive step back as I try to curl my hand tightly around the knife. I suddenly realize it's no longer there. Did I drop it? I cast a glance around the area, but I don't see any signs of it. We for real! Are you looking for this? With a twirl of their wrists, they produce my knife from their cloak. There's no trace of the blood and mud that were glued to the blade only minutes ago. I grip my teeth, a single drop of cold sweat tracing down my spine. Good. Remember the position you're in. Ain't no way. The cloak swallows both his arms and the knife as he drapes it over himself again. I will tell you what will happen next. You will keep following my instructions until we are out of here. That's the only thing you should think about. I'm not moving until you tell me what's going on. His unreadable facade cracks at the edges. Don't you understand that you're in no position to bargain? It is very simple. Either you obey me, or you get torn apart by those creatures. Your choice. You know, those creatures are looking pretty nice right now. Was it the Voidbound? Ooh, I kinda want to leave and see what happens. Ooh, I kinda want to try. I want to be petty. I'm gonna be petty, and we're gonna go back. I'm probably gonna get killed doing this. Fine, then I'm leaving. I'll find the way home on my own. I'm gonna get killed, I just know it. I have no reason to put up with an asshole like you. Goodbye then. Ugh, they're so insufferable. Wait, let's talk this through, alright? He intercepts me just as I'm turning around, but I brush him away with a scowl. I have nothing to say to you. Please. My sibling is not the easiest person to talk to. Or the nicest. Hey. But we mean no harm. We really are here to bring you to safety. Why don't you come with me, I can show you where we are, I mean. No. Not until you tell me where we are. Where are you taking me? And what do you want from me? Those are, a lot of questions. A lot of reasonable questions, though. Easy to answer, right? It's not the easiest thing to explain, I guess. Maybe we should... You are in limbo. They pushed their brother aside with a nudge of their shoulder and approached me with hasty strides. I don't cower from them, not even when they stop right in front of me and I can feel their breath fanning my cheeks. You are in a realm infinitely far from yours. You have crossed a border that has never been trespassed before, and have ultimately ended up here, somehow, in one piece. It is a miracle itself that you have not disintegrated by now, or worse, altered the very core of existence. It is a miracle indeed that you are standing here with enough life in you to form a single, coherent thought. You are far, far away from your world, from your home, and you are extremely lucky I found you when I did. Does that answer your questions? I mean, it did. There's a tickle in the back of my head. Something is trying to pull a memory out of the deepest corner of my brain. You know what? I don't trust you. You have been nothing but cruel to me this whole time. Nothing you say will... Then, what would you do? Leave? Don't make me laugh. You won't survive a single minute out there without me. I already proved as much. You must know or suspect by now that this is not your Feyborn, or anything remotely close to it. I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. Your cloud of judgment does not allow you to see the truth before you, but I will show you. Huh? Before I know it, their gloved hand encircles my wrist. I can only yelp as they swing me around and start dragging me with them. Hey, let go of me.
Hey.
Vivi, wait. Stay out of this, Amon. I said let go of me. We don't have time to lose because of your stubbornness. If I have to drag you all the way to the spire, then so be it. So he wasn't even gonna let me actually leave myself. He has to drag me back no matter what. What the hell are you talking about? I dig my heels into the soil and claw at his fingers, but he doesn't budge. Not even when my nails pierce him hard enough to draw blood does he let go. I kick at the back of their knee. For a second, I see his legs buckling forward, but then it snaps back straight. They keep walking. The fog around us dissipates slowly, getting out of his way. When we stop, they forcefully shove me forward. I barely have time to shield my face from the fall. That was out of line. Amon holds me steady, saving me once more from a nasty fall. Nausea hammers my stomach, and I bend over at the pain. No, it was not. There you have it, your answer. Screw you! You're an absolute dickhead. Are you done? I would never be done. Heaving a sigh, Amon stands between us like a father separating his misbehaving children. He stares well in us as a brick wall, at least. Hey, let's all dial it down. Especially you. He flicks his finger on Envy's forehead hard enough to make him take a step back. Hell yeah! What are you doing? I'm going to show our Lottie what you wanted to, but without being a jerk in the process. Our? What does that mean? Before either of us can say anything, Amon places a hand on my lower back, barely making contact, but beckoning me forward nonetheless. Now, little bunny, come and see. If there's something that can make you believe us, it's this right here. Fine, but stop calling me... that. A lonely castle sits on top of a mountain, floating over the pearlescent fog. Light shines from within its walls, bathing the interior in a shimmering glow. A slim tower pierces the dark clouds, but this one doesn't feed the darkness around it. Instead, it keeps the storm at bay with a golden beam of light. It is a lighthouse, a beacon of hope in the middle of a sea of black clouds. 1,000 pinnacles emerge from some nebulous distance. It's hauntingly familiar, but as much as I try to pull the memories to the forefront of my mind, I can't. There are none to find. I know I've never seen this before, but I have. Ahem, little bunny. Welcome to Limbo, our pleasant home. The realm within the great void, house of the blessed ones. That is not exactly... Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Just a slogan. Tourists love it. They get a lot of tourists in these parts. We don't have tourists, idiot. They would love it if we had them. Their voices become fleeting mumbles. I stare up to where the golden light disappears, high into the sky. And then I know with absolute charity that they are telling the truth. Oh, clarity. Envy was right. Ugh. I'm immeasurably far away from home. Yep. Oh, are we remembering something? I fall to my knees, gripping my head as a wave of mind-numbing pain cuts through my temples. Someone screams in the back of my mind, clawing at the walls of my consciousness, tearing them apart. Do not go. My wanderer. My wanderer. Ooh. Okay, whoever this is. Hey, are you alright? Behind my closed eyelids, flashes of red and black stain my vision, running in mocking circles. It's the tower's influence. It's trying to take over. The tower? They have found you? Oh, they have found you? I think that's what it means. Oh, I cannot read that. Yeah, I can't read that one. Something roughly closes around my cheeks, holding my head firm. Fingers dig around my eyeballs, peeling my eyelids apart to force them open. Okay, he's saying my name. Okay. Look at me. All right, I can read that part. I can't. It's too much. I can't. You have to something. My mouth opens. Only babbles make it out as the foam gathers in the back of my throat and slides down my lungs. Yeah, I can't read that part. Did he hit me? Fire pierces my hand and climbs up to my shoulder. The squelch of blood steals my senses as envy sinks their nails into my wound, prodding and tugging at the flesh. Lightning surges through my veins, shaking my arm out of their reach. I have no time to react. His unforgivable touch finds my arms next, shaking me back and forth. Is it you, Lottie? I seal my mouth shut to avoid puking all over them. The voices have stopped, replaced by the all-consuming pain now making my arm spasm. Yes? Good. Stand up. After all that, can you give me like a second? Tears blur the corner of my eyes as they haul me to my feet. We're almost there. We will cross the bridge and then it will be over. I whine through gritted teeth. My feet can't hold my weight any longer. This is it. Summon a rift. Everything is slowly being plunged into thick darkness. I barely can make out Amon's silhouette as he runs towards us. Behind him, the forest wails and shudders. Long, broken fingers stretch from the depths of the shadows to grab him. What? But That's an order. With a click of their tongue, he takes off his cloak, throwing it away to be carried by the wind. Light engulfs me. Envy's hand on my arm tightens until his fingers are pressed against the bone. The air in front of us shakes violently, colors breaking into shapes and static noise. Envy's fingers turn black, yanking at the landscape like a blanket, tearing it apart and revealing another flash of light that makes me wince. Electricity cuts through the air. Jolts of it run up my spine, forcing a hiss out of me. That hurts. A long hallway suddenly stands before me, but the mountains are still there, all around us. Envy sucks a leg into it. White ripples swallow him up to the knee, distorting its shape. The choking pressure around my arm disappears as I let go. They look back at me, eyes narrowing as he tentatively extends a hand my way. Come. There is no time. The right side of his body is gone, cut by a white, quivering line. He shakes his hand in front of me, urging me to take it.
You have to choose.
Well, I got no choice, right?
Come with me and live, or stay here and die.
I kinda wanna live. My tongue is dry in my mouth, thick and dense. I stop thinking and force myself to act. I place my finger on top of theirs, their freezing skin curling around mine.
Do not let go.
Their eyes are fixed on me as they slide inside the hallway. I watch as his body disappears inch by inch until only his hand gripping mine is left. He tugs lightly. Another hand clasps my shoulder, squeezing it reassuringly from behind. Come on. Our hands disappear as I let envy pull me through. The pale water licks its way up my skin until it swallows my elbow like a hungry beast. I try to keep my eyes open when my head finally crosses the threshold, but the light is so searing I'm forced to close them. Did we make it? I can hear the sea. I float over the blinding surface of the water, envy's grasp leading me forward. Bubbles gently touch my skin, helping me navigate through the iridescent ocean. My eyes flutter open. The soft whisper of waves is replaced by the gentle crackling of the fire and the distant sound of a piano. I shudder in sigh of relief as the warmth of the room envelops me. The pressure clamped around my head ebbs away, taking the last remnants of the murmurs with it. That was too close for comfort. You bet. I've never seen so many of those fuckers together. As my senses clear, I start to take in my surroundings. The walls are high, hugged by columns and those long stained glass windows I saw from afar. But we were just in the forest, just a second ago, and now... I turn around, my nose almost bumping Amon's chest when I do. He laughs and politely pushes himself away from me, leaving me room to breathe. Behind him, there's nothing but the other side of the hallway. More lamplights flicker. Fire laps at the stone walls, and the columns slither upward until they vanish into the darkness. You. Are the voices gone? Shifting my weight from one side to another, I realize I feel lighter on my feet. The air around me is not oppressive anymore, but breezy and familiar. If it weren't for the ringing in my left ear, I would think I imagined the horror from before. Hey, I asked you a question. What? They sighed deeply, dramatically so. I suppose if your stupidity is back, you must be in control again. Thanks, yeah. I don't reply right away, but to be fair, I care about something else a bit more than defending myself from his jabs. Did you stick your fingers in my wound? I flip my hand over to survey the damage. I regret it instantly. The sight turns my knees liquid. Yes, I did. To save you, I may add. That still doesn't mean I can't hate it. My lips part to protest. They tilt their head in anticipation of it, shooting me a glare. If you still feel it present within you, I may have to do it again. Don't even joke about that. It's disgusting. I search for his other hand, the one I know must have traces. The one I know must have traces of my blood. A gasp sticks in my throat at the close sight of his fingers, now sharp talons stiffly curled over themselves. He quickly hides his battered hand between the folds of his tunic. They look away from me, their expression flattening. Whatever it is, it looks painful. I have a good slice sitting right in my palm, but whatever is going on with him looks even worse. As I trace the curves of their arm with my eyes, I reach our still joined hands. His hold on me is firm, but I can still feel a slight tremble in his muscles. I'm not sure they realize they're still cupping my hand in theirs. Ooh, okay. Let me take a quick water break.
Okay. Did we call him a Muppet? I want to call him a Muppet. You can let go of my hand now, Muppet. Alright. You can let go of my hand now, Muppet. He blinks at me as if the words had come back as if the words had came to life to flick them on the forehead. They dip their stare down to our twined hands, and then he jumps away as though it had caught fire. They flap their arms oddly about until they straighten their back and glue the offending hand to their side. The sudden redness in their cheeks shines as brightly as the lanterns around us, and I can't help but feel a little smug about it. Oh, is the Muppet embarrassed? The what? Muppet. Kind of suits you. Amon frames his chin with his thumb and index finger, glancing my way with a shrewd look in his eyes. Hey, now that you say it, you're right. It kinda does. Yes. Of course we had to bring the greatest clowns of the two worlds together. They're blushing, right? What do you think, Amon? Absolutely. I love this team up against Envy. Ugh. You two would be the most wonderful of friends, I'm sure. That's what you get for sticking your nasty fingers in my damn wound. You ungrateful. I did it to save you. Ugh. Forget it. Waving their hand in aggravation, they turn and walk away hastily. Amon snorts and our eyes meet again, a victorious glance between partners in crime. He passed me amicably and saunters after his sibling, keeping a considerate pace for me to follow. It felt great to give them a bit of their own medicine. As we walk, I realize I'm calmer now. Too calm, in fact. There are a lot of questions mingling in the back of my mind, but the forefront of my thoughts is surprisingly empty and peaceful. This place has some sort of soothing effect on me. It's almost familiar. I can't tell where this hallway leads to, but somehow, I feel like I know. So where exactly... Gale! He breaks into a jog, leaving me behind with an envy that is best to hide their face between their hair. Oh, great. The master is here. Ooh, hello! Peeking around Envy's shoulder, I see a man sitting further ahead. The soft flicker of the candles drawing the edges of a long, lustrous cloak. He turns around with a start, worry written across his face. Amon! He strides up to us, the long cloak draped across his shoulders, flaring out behind him. The candlelights by his feet waver as he picks up speed, meeting Amon halfway.
Father keeps me. Are you two all right?
Yeah.
Kinda. But that's not important. Look at this. He excitedly does jazz hands around me. It's enough to catch the newcomer's attention. Hi! The color drains from his delicate face. I shuffle my feet, gluing my arms to my sides in a poor attempt to look better than I know I do. There's not much saving my first impression. Not that it should matter. Is this the cause of all this mess? Yes. Oh. Oh dear. In a fluid motion, he sweeps his coat off his shoulders, throwing Amon a pointed glare. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Amon. Huh? What? I expected this level of sloppiness from our sibling, but not from you. Wait, are they all siblings? Huh? Excuse me? To allow her to be in this foul condition. Wait, I can explain. I thought you knew better than this. Gale shakes his head, not leaving room for any argument. For the first time, Amon's impermeable smile is shattered and reduced to a sour pout. I feel a bit bad for him. A bit. With only 2 steps of his fairly long legs, Gale stands in front of me, offering me a heartfelt bow of his head.
On behalf of my siblings, please, let me apologize.
My mouth parts, but only a pitiful sound makes it out as our gazes lock. Behind his eyes,
Ripples of glimmering silk move in the color of early dawn. Pink shines from within a pool of royal purple, enthralling me completely. I can see the lighting dance around his tiny pupils as a quiet whisper caresses the back of my neck, making the hair stand on end. It's difficult to look away.
You must be cold and terrified, among other things. I promise you will be treated with the utmost care and respect from now on.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't register the cape falling around my shoulders until he claps it in place, smoothing the sides with meticulous hands. The scent of lavender and detergent clashes with the stench clinging to my body. The warmth of the fabric drags the sigh out of me. My body stirs back to life at the sensation. My hand snaking out of the coat to close it around me and press its comfort and weight against my tepid skin. I can't for the life of me summon any strength to speak. We do not have time to lose to play gentleman. Gale's head snaps up to envy and careful consideration. His eyes immediately slide to the arm that they've been very insistent on hiding. You're right. You in particular should make haste. You two, go ahead. Raya's already waiting in the spire. I'm sure our dear sister would appreciate a bit of insight about the situation at hand.
Huh.
Are we using the spire? Yes. Every precaution is too little. A particular strained beat of silence goes by. I look between them, but there's nothing I can decipher for the mix of expressions on their faces. And what are you planning to do with this? Me? Are you calling me this? Their hand waves in my direction. Gale places himself slightly in front of me to protect me from Envy's rudeness. See, Gale's my favorite right now. As for our esteemed guests, I'll see to it that they're in better condition before meeting our father. You can fathom what he would say if only by my own reaction. As he says this, his long fingers rest on my shoulder. The touch is so light I would have missed it if it wasn't for the scent of leather tickling my nostrils. You can't be serious. Gale stands taller next to me. I glance up at him as his throat bobs down with a hard swallow, the tension clear in the air. All right. We leave the little bunny in your hands then. The what? Amon throws his arm along Envy's slender shoulders, pulling them against his side right when they're about to protest. Instead, there's only a nasty choking sound and a rather ominous crack. Did he crack this man's back? See you in a bit. Wait, you cannot be... Amon winks at me and turns swiftly on his heels, dragging Envy with him. They both retreat deeper into the hallway, past the torches I can see waving at the distance.
They are a colorful pair, are they not?
They definitely are. Colorful is a curious way of putting it.
Please, allow me to apologize again, and not only on their behalf. Had I known the direness of your state, I would have done something to assist.
Excuse me. That sounds incredibly self-centered. He fidgets with the collar of his shirt. He looks like a prince in distress more than I do, and that's saying something. Don't worry. No offense taken.
Thank you. Now, come. I may not be able to do much, but it will be better than nothing.
Okay. Finally, we're kind of winding down a bit, thank God. He leads me aside and coaxes me to sit down on the wall's overhanging frieze. Our hands find each other naturally, and he doesn't let go of me until he's sure I'm not about to keel over. Even when I smile up at him reassuringly, his finger hovers close, ready to support me if needed. Before I can even begin to thank him, he bends a knee in front of me.
May I?
Oh, this CG is so cute! White noise takes over my already struggling brain as he earnestly looks up at me. My heart flutters seeing how the deep color of his eyes pours into me, warm and kind. It takes me a long couple of seconds to understand he wants to see my hand. When I trouble my arm out of the coat, it gets tangled in the flaps, and I struggle to push them away. Allow me. He reaches out, his fingers delicately peeling off the pieces of fabric and freeing my hand. Heat raises to my cheeks as I place my palm in front of him. Sorry, I swear I'm not usually this clumsy.
Don't say that. You're already going through a great deal.
A bit of clumsiness is expected, and the least of our concerns. I want to demand you remain collected in this situation. I'm still not sure what the situation is, to be honest. His fingers slowly close around the back of my hand as he inspects the blood-soaked bandage. Yes, I should apologize about that too. However, I'm afraid I can't give you any answers. Even if I had them, it is not my right to explain. But know their intentions are not malicious, that I can swear to you. I bore my eyes into his, trying to find any cracks, any hints that betray his true intentions. There are none. That's reassuring, if true. He holds my hand as though it were made of spun glass. He slowly removes what once was part of my shirt, now a damp, crimson piece of fabric. You did a great job. I did what I could, I guess. He reveals the wound. Underneath the blood, the blades of grass, and the dirt, I can still see the black ink decorating the back of my hand. He retrieves a cotton handkerchief from his pants pockets, and his eyes search mine, asking for permission. I nod. I'm absorbed by the delicacy of his movements as he slowly cleans upward from my knuckles. He purposely avoids the traces of the ink, and his eyes narrow when the drawing starts to reveal itself. Do you know what this is?
No.
Now without further examination. He hesitates when faced with the entrance of the cut. I would like to alter it as little as possible, so if you'll excuse me. Yeah, I get it. I try not to think about the consequences of leaving a wound of this caliber untreated. He ties the end of the handkerchief together with a bow too fine for the occasion. His thumb swipes across it as if to check its security. The sensation of the letter against my skin makes me flinch.
Does it hurt? Of course it does.
No, you're so precious! This is as much as I can do for you now. This is a lot if we take the rest of my day into consideration. Between being stabbed, kidnapped, or this, I think the choice is pretty easy. He laughs breathedly at that, but there's a concerned dip in the bridge of his nose, as though he can't decide whether he should keep laughing or not. Oh, well, that is a robust sense of humor. Thanks, Gail? Gail, was it? Oh.
Yes.
Aw.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Gael, current
Oh,
master of the Grand
Gael.
Houses.
Not Gail, Gael. I gotta remember that. Gael. I'm probably gonna mess that up. As he takes a seat next to me, leaving a polite distance between us, I tilt my head to the side to get a better look at him. It only takes him a second to avert his gaze from me with a nervous clear of his throat. Which is a title you have no concept of, so it's not exactly relevant. I can't help but chuckle at his bashfulness. Nice to meet you, Gael. Master Gael? No need. Gael will suffice. As I mentally repeat his name, something about it just seems off. He doesn't look like someone who should be addressed by their first name. Shall we continue? He motions for us to stand, but waits for my reaction first. The other end of the hallway, where the other two disappear behind us, is still as cryptic as it was before. Can we stay here for a moment? I need to catch my breath for a bit. Surprise marks his features, but it lasts only for a blink. Yes, of course. I cannot leave you alone, however, for your safety. I hope my presence isn't too unwelcome. It's not. It's just... I'm having a hard time trusting anything or anyone. It's not just you. I understand. It is the wise thing to do. Lottie. Lottie. It rolls off his tongue softly, as if something's meant to be said with care. A wonderful name, if you'll allow me to say. Oh, well, it doesn't have much class as Master Gael, but I'll accept the compliment. Before I realize, I'm extending my other hand to him for a shake. He stares at it in dumbfounded silence. He clasps my hand with his, and I squeeze. His breath staggers in the back of his throat as he pulls back, cradling his hand against his chest. Did I actually hurt him? Sorry, did I squeeze too hard? No. Forgive me. Oh, come on! What happened? The mood was perfect! Forgive me. He casts his gaze lower to his slacks, stopping down to brush off a non-existent speck of dirt. Did I do something wrong? Or weird, for that matter? We should continue. I hate to pressure you, but the longer we wait, the more unstable you may get. Unstable? He stands up and straightens his vest, brushing his hair away from his face with a jerk of his chin. Awkwardness has found its way through his smile, but he still waits patiently for me to leave our improvised seat. I don't know what I did or said, but I'd rather go back to that comfortable silence from before. Okay. Save. What do you mean by unstable? He's not gonna answer that, is he? He's not gonna answer the unstable part. I feel like he wants me to wait until the Grand Master guy, whoever, their father, for him to tell me. So I think that's not gonna work out. Let's just be appreciative. Gael? He starts walking, and I follow after. He doesn't respond. I know he heard me. If he wants to ignore me, we'll have to work harder than that. I just wanted to thank you for being so kind to... I managed to step aside before I stumble into him. Me? Please allow me to apologize again, Lottie. I did not mean to rush you. While there are indeed pressing matters to attend to, I would not want that to be at the expense of your comfort. It is not my intention to distress you any further or treat you unkindly. You have been pretty kind to me. That's what I just said. What I mean to say is... Gael? His lips squeeze shut. Did you hear me? You're by far the kindest person I've talked to since I've got here. No offense to your siblings. Amon is fine, I guess.
Oh, that's...
He looks away. The collar of his shirt seems to be too tight, because he keeps slipping a finger around it to loosen it.
I do not know about that. There's nothing extraordinary about my actions. Anyone would have done the same.
Is he not used to compliments? My feet carry me closer to him, and his shoulders prick up before he can catch himself. I mean it. I can almost hear the protest his brain is crafting, but he gives up on it with a resigned exhale. His eyes, so open before, are now cluttered by something I can't quite place. You're most gracious, Lottie. Don't mention it. We smile at each other. In other circumstances, maybe I would be admiring his perfectly sculpted face like I would a piece of art on a museum wall, as awkward as that would be. Not now, however. There are more important things to do, more precisely, to ask. So, what now? What happens to me next? He shifts his weight, taking a long pause before speaking to me. I am not sure. We, the sovereigns, those in charge of safekeeping Limbo's realm, are arranged to meet with you shortly. We will decide how to proceed then, after a very much needed debate. The sovereigns? How many people are we talking about? You have already met Amon and Envy. I have 3 other siblings, and our father will be leading the meeting. Okay, so that's 3 of his siblings, and there's Amon, Envy, and then that's him, and then his father. So that's 7 people in total. Okay. He is, the supreme authority of Limbo, you could say. That doesn't put me at ease in the slightest. The supreme authority doesn't sound too nice, but I guess he's the only chance I have to find some answers. Who better than the person who commands the place to shed some light on all this? And what exactly is Limbo? Our home, just like Firstborn is yours. That's what you call it? Firstborn?
Huh.
Yes. Our world came to life after yours, hence the name. Right. But that is not of importance right now. I know it is easier said than done, but do not get caught in the details. The last thing you need is for your sanity to be jeopardized. Something unusual has happened, and we want to resolve it as peacefully as possible, both you and us. I silently agree. My head has started to spin again just from the brief exchange. Taking a step back, he offers me his arm. The smile he flashes me is next. Next is different, distant. Let us hurry then. Hesitantly, I curl my fingers around the crook of his elbow. He leads the way forward, and we walk along the eerie hallway once more, this time in silence. He doesn't make any attempt to strike up conversation, and I'm not in a position to do so either. I merely count our steps as we endlessly follow the cobblestone path. The silence is surprisingly welcome, but short-lived. Something wails from within the walls. It's like a quiet morning, the wheezing cries of the wind leaking through the cracks of every brick shaping the corridor. I can vaguely distinguish mumbling words among the noise. I look up at Gael, but he's merely staring ahead, his gaze unwavering. If he hears it too, he doesn't react whatsoever. Then, my skin crawls as a slow, unnerving smile curves his lips. He looks alien, uncanny, detached, as if he was carved from marble rather than born. What was a soothing presence a second ago now makes me swallow hard and loosen the grip I have on his arm. Why does he feel so different from before? Or am I the one who is... We stop. A gate made of stone and wood stands before us. The archways go up as far as I can see, framing a tympanum that portrays a long-haired man at its center. His hands extend to each side, fingers stretched outward like branches embracing the scene below. Around him, several worshippers clamber up a hill, trying to reach him at the top. A pendant adorns his chest. It's some sort of inscribed in a bent triangle. Ooh, it's a little cursor here. Wait. I've seen that before. I cling instinctively to Gael's arm when the gates open with a thundering noise, making the walls tremble. He finally looks at me, as if awakening from a long dream. It's all right. A gust of cold air hits me, cooling around my feet and filtering through the cloak. The sense of something acrid burns my nose. The gates are now wide open. We're facing an austere 7-sided room. The subtle streams of light coming from the ceiling shine through the floating specks of dust, and I look down at the threshold's clean cut, keeping the cobblestone from continuing inside. This way. I don't move, yanking him back with a strength I didn't know I still had. There's a chair made of stone in the middle of the room, rooted to the cracked floor. Over it hovers a shining black sphere that catches the light coming from above. An endless pit surrounds it all, and from it emerges the ominous hum of the earth far, far below. There's a balcony in the back, on the first level, framing the whole room. A coliseum made to observe and feast on what happens down in the pits, on the mental and physical carnage of the wicked and the doomed. It's a judgment room at best, in a torture chamber at worst. Don't go in there. I shake my head, taking a step back. A wave of nausea pierces my chest, and I let go of Gael's arm as though it were burning.
Are you alright? What's wrong?
I'm not going in there. Please. I know it's not the most pleasant of sights, but you must trust me. I can't do that. I'm not going in there. There's no way. Lottie, please reconsider. There's nothing to reconsider. If someone wants to talk to me, they can do it right here. This is just standard procedure, Lottie.
I promised you would be safe, did I not? Can you please believe in those words?
I want to. I want to believe someone is on my side. But I don't. I see. He reduced the hand that had reached out to touch me, rubbing his wrist instead. My chest rises and falls erratically as his eyes slide to the room before us. I am terribly sorry. You leave me no choice. Hello? As I'm about to speak, a chill runs down the top of my head to the tip of my toes, crushing my throat. Something pierces down my spine next, gluing me to the spot. Mind control? Lottie, please get into the room. His eyes bore into me, swallowed by a haunting glow. Everything around those glimmering irises becomes dark and blurry. I feel my thoughts seeping out of my head, and then nothing. Nothing but Master Gael. Take a seat. Ain't no way. Yes, Master, I guess. I walk through the narrow corridor leading to my appointed chair. A rock slips off the bridge and falls into the void without a sound. My eyes follow the pebble until it vanishes into the darkness. There's nothing but peace and quiet around me. Nothing but the calm and careful beat of my heart in my ears. I sit down. My back slowly meets the stone and my hands lay on the armrests. The tepid warmth of the candles licks what little skin peeks through the master's cloak. The ball floating above, the eye, stirs to life and regards me with a quiver. Huh? The air suddenly slices my lungs open, enters a high-pitched gasp out of me. Heat rises to my head in the shape of my own voice, reverberating inside my skull over and over again. The thoughts flow back inside, desperately filling the emptiness left behind. What did you do to me? I'm sorry. Flames bite every patch of my skin. I desperately shake the cloak off me, pushing my sleeves all the way up to my shoulders. He casts his eyes down towards the discarded cloak lace. The cloak floats into the air, fanning my sweat-stained cheeks in the process. It flies away from me and nearly coils itself around Gail's arm. It's a magic cloak, of course it is. Thank you.
No.
Don't mention it. I frantically sweep my eyes across the room in realization. Amon is sitting on one of the thrones, one leg hoisted over his knee. He raises a hand in silent greeting when he catches me staring. Oh, did you see the whole exchange? Dear God, can we not? Can we not? Next to him stands Envy, not claiming any seat. The only sign of acknowledgement that they give me is stuffing their nose in the air. Okay then. That thing on their arm is completely gone.
My. That takes some courage, brother. Good work.
Who's this? Ooh, hello! There's someone else in the room. Right in front of me, a woman stands high on the balcony, hands leaned on the railing.
You did well. Father's eye will now do the rest.
Her voice sinks deep into my bones. I would think her presence has sucked all the air out of the room, but I know it's simply me holding my breath. Her head tilts up ever so slightly, sizing me up thoroughly. We received that notice more than an hour ago. What were you doing? My apologies, dear Prefectus. I wanted to present our guest in better shape than we found her, for our father's sake. Not for my sake? Alas, I am not sure I achieved that. She raises her hand to her forehead, heaving a long sigh. Her right arm reflects the purplish light of the room, highlighting the many curves and crevices, giving shape to an elegant prosthetic. Jesus, what's that word? Prosthesis. Prosthetic? You and your compassion again, Gael. I admire you. It does not falter even in these circumstances, does it? On the contrary, it should be stronger than ever in moments like this. If you don't mind me, I will take my seat now. He turns with a bow, and I stare at his receding back. The paralyzing fear strangling me only heightens with every step he takes. Who is he? No, what is he? What are these people? I take this as her? She's looking at me. The drum of her metallic claws on the stone echoes loud enough for me to flinch. Her crimson eyes flicker with a dull curiosity as they fall on me. I curl my hands into fists as I hold her stare. Gael's handkerchief tightens around my hand. Yep, this is her. The woman expects me more closely now. I don't think she likes me. So this little thing crosses the crystal border and lives. Quite the miracle, don't you think? My tongue darts out to ease the dry creases of my lips. There is a clear accusation behind that clipped tone of hers. You think I did this on purpose? And those beasts haven't torn her to shreds either, as I can see. Not a limb infected or missing. They tried to, for sure. We're lucky to be there. We'll see about that. Yeah, she doesn't trust me. She sighs once more with an audible tension and closes her eyes. When she opens them next, they instantly find me like a knife through a chest.
Listen up, child of the firstborn. I am Prefectus Rhea, guardian of this realm and protector of this sacred chamber. I will be the one to judge you on this day.
Ooh, okay, ma'am. I swear, I have not done a single thing. I am perfectly fine. This is all a misunderstanding. Please. You will answer every question asked to you, and you will do so with honesty. Lest you receive the punishment you'll be looking for. Okay, I'm sorry I got lost and was almost killed. Have I made myself clear? Yeah, Crystal, great. Just start the questioning. Get me out of here. Ooh. See, I'm not gonna be polite. Excuse you, I'm scared. I don't know what the hell is going on. And what do I get in return? Surprise briefly crosses her features. Then, her lips part to form a razor-sharp smile, and she leans against the railing with a glint of dangerous interest in her eyes. I don't even know what I want. Can I go back home? Oh, negotiating already, I'm at a disadvantage. If you're expecting me to talk, they give me some guarantees. I appreciate your proactivity, human. Lottie. My name is Lottie. Lottie. I will only swear that you'll be treated fairly. I cannot guarantee anything else. Does the treated fairly guarantee me being alive after this questioning? I need that, please, at least. Not even my life? Bro. Contemplation marks her expression, but it vanishes quickly. Silence is her answer. I'm not even guaranteed I'm gonna live this experience. Now, Amon. What? Keep her still. We will soon begin as soon as father returns. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm kind of stuck here now. What? Wait, what? My brother will keep you restrained during this process. You must understand that the situation calls for every safety measure available. Please, perfect us. We do not think that is necessary. She said her name, I definitely forgot how to pronounce it.
No.
She's harmless, Ray. You should know that better than us. Just look at her. Right? I'm wet and cold. I have a wound in my arm. I'm probably stinky. I look horrible. I cannot hurt anything.
We do not know that. I won't make the mistake of being incautious.
Ooh, I like that line. I glance at the closed gates. For an instant, I imagine myself sprinting and pushing through them open, but they look insanely heavy. Even if I had the strength to run up there without slipping and falling to my death, I don't know if I'd be able to push them open. If what you said is right, and this being comes from the other side, then we don't know what she's capable of, and we should treat her as such. We do not know the effects her presence may have. The balance has never been so feeble, and now this happens. She can barely stand. She's weak, and... This is not a game, Amon. Her intentions do not matter. She disrupts the balance merely by existing here. Oh, please, please, please. Do not go down the route that we're just gonna have to kill her. One innocent life against two worlds. Yeah, please not. Let's not do that.
We should handle the situation with as much care as possible. And that means not taking any chances.
Oh.
I can see that, but... She is harmless, sister. I've been alone with her, and no harm has come my way. There is no need to succumb to panic this quickly. So I should be grateful nothing has happened to you? Father keeps me Gael. Listen to yourself.
No.
I am merely saying we don't have to judge her as a criminal. And I am advocating for is ensuring our safety. You want to play around and discover what follows, then do so. But not in my chambers, and not in my presence. Of course you would! I agree with Perfectus. We have to cast our feelings aside, and likely our morals too, if we want to get to the bottom of this. Oh god, not the morals at least.
No.
I thoroughly refuse to do that.
Ugh, children.
Is that the dad? It smells like honey. Sweet orange blossoms in spring, carried by the tepid breeze of the sunset. A rainy day spent sitting on the porch of an old house with a trusted friend. It smells like home.
I'm afraid our guest isn't feeling too well. We should calm down and lower our voices, yes?
A golden light ushers the room's shadows away. It bathes my skin, laying down soothing kisses, and I keep myself sighing at the sensation. Hello! A man dressed in white emerges next to Raya, pushing her away gently with one hand. He stands in the middle of the balcony, watching on with eyes of liquid sunset that pour right into me. His fingers draw an arc in the air that leaves behind a trail of stardust.
It is quite cold in this room. My apologies.
Hi, yeah. Thank you, you're so nice. The air around me warms up, embracing me with loving arms. The sweetness on the air expands, engulfing me. I tilt my head back in the relief. Slowly, the terrifying knot in my stomach loosens, deftly unpicked by tendrils of light. Oh god, immensely. That is better, yes? I nod. A tingle in my belly urges me to look away from him, to avert my eyes from the unparalleled magnificence that he is, battling the frail need just to drown in the sight of him. Then it clicks. He is the man on the hill. He is the god carved on the top of those gates. Fear not, my guest. It is an honor, as a father of this realm, to welcome you to my home. You must understand the apprehension of my children. They mean no harm, and neither do I. A hand lifts and strokes my chin. It's warm and light, but invisible to the eye. The touch pulls at a string I did not know was attached to my chest, slowly untangling it. Every fear and worry dissolves by his hand, freeing me. What a magnificent creature, don't you think, my children? Sure! And no one is looking at me. No one but him.
I am the father, pride of Limbo. You may think of me as the creator of all that you see before your eyes.
Okay, hello, yes. What do I have to call you? These are my beloved children. I ask that you be kind when thinking of them. Some of them. Taking a step forward, Raya clears her throat. The hand brushing my jaw strides away, leaving no trace behind.
Father, please excuse our behavior.
No need. Losing our manners is bound to happen in the light of such an unusual event. It speaks of your noble heart and your honorable intentions. Once more, I am proud of you. I am only sorry that I could not be here with you sooner, my children. The room is enveloped in tight silence as everyone settles into their seat without uttering a word. The lump in my throat, albeit less painful than a moment ago, still prevent me from doing more than swallowing. I should speak. Or maybe I shouldn't. The best I can do is try to plead my case, but I have to be careful. Could I speak? Their eyes bore into me. I try not to shrink under them. I look to Prefectus for permission, but she averts her gaze. There is a higher authority in the room right now. If you could wait, my beloved guests, I would appreciate it. Okay, that's perfectly fine. There are 2 of my children left for you to meet. With all due respect, Father, I would advise to proceed with the judgment without them. This is much too dangerous of a matter to involve them. Are they the youngest? Yes. I understand your concern, but I'm afraid they are already here. Right on cue, there's a loud knocking from the other side of the gates. A breeze of laughter slips past Father's lips, and his hands sweep through the air at the very moment the doors begin to part. A bright-haired woman cheerfully waltzes in, dangerously close to the edge of the bridge. She bounces on her toes, a young man helplessly perched on her shoulder.
Ara, put me down! My stomach's still...
Holy shit, do not throw up.
You said you were too tired to walk, right?
That doesn't mean you can...
At least walk straight!
Bro.
Oh, sucks to be you. It's your fault we're late. So, deal with it.
Well...
I didn't want to come in the first place, and you don't have to... Just put me down!
I love their dynamic already. He brings a hand to his mouth as a very audible retch reaches my ear, urging a similar reaction from me. If she slips, both of them will fall to inevitable deaths. I instantly glue myself to my seat. The edges of the backrest jab my spine. My loveliest, you shouldn't run through the hallways. You might slip on the wax. The wax, out of all things, is what you're worried about? It's fine. Sorry for the delay, Dad. No need, my dear. But put down poor Zale. I don't know. I think he deserves a bit more punishment. Let's save that for tea time, For now, we should take our seats. Bro, he's so calm. I'm a bit afraid of when he gets angry. Does he get angry? I don't want to see that. Yep, I'm sorry. You see, someone had to go to the bathroom and couldn't wait. Oh, I can projectile vomit all over the place if you want to. Let's also save that for later. I doubt our guest would appreciate that. Right, our guest. She puts on the boy with little delicacy, almost throwing him into the air. Sweet circles, it is true then.
Indeed.
Yes, my dear. Your siblings just escorted her here.
The Wanderer World! I really thought you were messing with me.
It's not your damn Wanderer, Ara. Stop believing in that kind of stuff. I'm not saying she is, but how many people have claimed to see the Wanderer lately, huh? And how do you explain this? This is proof it's real. Ooh, more talk about the Wanderer? Sure, proof. See? This is your fault for paying attention to those weirdos. And speaking of paying, there's no trace of dizziness he had a second ago as he extends a greedy hand to her.
Hey, Daisy.
She falls silent. For a moment, it feels like I'm looking at a statue.
Huh?
Come on, I wouldn't have bet on it if I had known.
Oh, boo-hoo. Hey.
She growls, throwing her arms into the air before jabbing a hand into the purse around her waist. I hear the familiar clinking of coins as she slams them into his open palm. Hey, we said 30. I'm not paying you 30. You are paying me 30.
In fact, you said 30, plus fixing the compost machine yourself for a month, and cooking sweet leaf tarts for me the whole week.
Ooh, that was a serious bet. Is it Zale? You say that with a Z, right? Zale? Exale? Now. Don't fight. Let us sort this out together later. This man has so much patience and peace inside him. Oh my god, I don't know how he does it. Fine, but you still owe me 20. She didn't even give him half. They make their way to the balconies. Each step louder than before, even as they drift away. I watch as they continue their casual chat, throwing glances at me all the while. When the girl notices me staring, she waves at me. I avert my eyes. I need to get out of here. Now. The doors are still open. Girl, please do not try. We are not getting out of here. And I feel reasonably better. I know that's not me, but the hold this place, or the man in gold has on me, but maybe I can take advantage of that. I can sprint to the door, get to the hallway, if I'm lucky enough, maybe lose them through the corridors if they give chase. Girl, be for real. They live in this place. They definitely know this place like in the back of their hand, right? There's no time for second guessing. Oh, I don't want to click. We're gonna be in so much trouble. Hold on. Can I? Freaking save? It's not a choice, but I don't trust this. I don't want to do this. Oh, we're not gonna make it, are we? Like, that's the stupidest idea ever. I'm listening. Oh my god. Okay. Huh? Oh, never mind. Okay, we can even leave the chair. We're good. I try to hoist my body up with my hands, but I'm pushed down again the moment my rear leaves the seat. I told you, Amon. Oh dear. I ask that you remain seated, my guest. Why do you think I would leave, though? Come on, be for real. My fingers spasm when I command them to move. Every mechanism in my body halts. A fist pulls back at the reins of my muscles, yanking me back against the stone. All the blood rushes to my head, the only thing that is still mine. It's useless. I can barely blink and breathe. And maybe I should be grateful for that. It takes me a long time to move my eyes to meet Amon's. His left hand is facing down, pointed vaguely at me. He's the one doing this to me, isn't he? But how? How is this?
Indeed.
Splendid. We can begin. Oh, what's gonna happen here? The 6 thrones are occupied. Father stands on the balcony, hands joined before his chest. I'm about to be judged. For what? I don't know. It is known, today, a human has crossed the border between our realm and the Firstborn. This is proof. This isn't real. There's no way any of this is real. Now, I will hear about the recent events from my eldest, Lord Amon. Okay, so he's the oldest. Amon's mouth opens and his eyes make a beeline to Envy, who is staring stoically down at their hands. Well, Dad. Baby was the one who... Ahem. Father. Lord Envy was the one who felt the pull on the border. I think it's them who should. You know, your sibling cannot answer, son. The finger still pointing at me twitch. I try to jerk my arms up, but the intangible force wrapped around me pushes me back down. If he gets distracted enough, maybe I can... Yes, of course. He stands. The rasp of his throat disrupts the ominous silence. We were both in the Black Citadel when Lord Envy felt the border weaken. We saw a light in the sky after that. We hurried to the woods past the circles, and we found the human near the limits. A pause. We encountered some voidbound, more than usual. They chased us beyond the limits, and far away from them at that. They really got close to the 4th bridge. That is quite concerning. It is. The voidbound venturing off limits? That can only mean the tower is getting more powerful. We should raise the alarm in nearby towns. The tower. Hearing that word is enough to drive my heart all the way down to the pit of my stomach. This may be my only chance. Excuse me, that tower you mentioned. What is it? Judging by the many reactions around them, it seems they've forgotten I was here altogether. We do not know exactly. It is an entity that's been feeding off Limbo's essence for eons, long before some of us were born. Its origin is unknown, as are its goals. We assume it is sentient and intelligent to a degree. Any attempts at communication have been fruitless, however. That vile thing is a threat that spits monsters into our realm, the Voidbound, which you've had the pleasure of becoming acquainted with. Pleasure, yeah. That should be enough to satisfy your curiosity. No, it's not. If anything, I have even more questions now, but I'm not sure how smart it is to show interest in this entity they're so afraid of. I see it in my dreams, after all. Maybe it's a bad omen, or worse. Something that could get me killed if they find out. Okay, we're being smart here.
Curiosity is a marvelous thing. Please don't hold back if you harbor any more questions.
I can't see through the affable smile of his, but my guts churn and twist at the sight. There's something behind those words, intent, maybe a wish for me to keep asking.
You wish to speak, did you not? This is your chance. I now grant you permission to plead your case.
My case?
Our dear Prefectus moderates this chamber, but today I will be the one to heed your words. I advise you to be wary of what you say.
Oh God.
Or what you do not.
A cold drop of sweat rolls down my temple. My mouth is so dry, I almost choke around my tongue. I don't really know what to say. I don't know who you are, or where I am to begin with, but I'll tell you anything you want to know, with one condition. Whispers erupt around me, some entertained, some horrified. My voice gets caught in the bottom of my throat for a moment before I speak again. You must grant my safety. Promise me I won't be harmed, and I'll tell you everything I know.
I never had any intentions of hurting you, my dear guest. I assure you that you fall under my protection, and my word and my will are law. Is that enough to ease your concerns?
No, it's not. It's honestly not. Now I feel like I can't trust anyone. I somehow manage to hold his stare. I can't, for the life of me, read his expression at all. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna save here. We have no other choice at this point anyway. Yeah, it'll have to do. If he really is as powerful as a god, he can do whatever he wants whenever he wants. I have no real guarantees. This is all I have. A hopefully not empty promise.
Indeed.
Excellent. I promise your cooperation will be rewarded. With the way back home, We will start with the very basics. Introduce yourself to the chamber, my dear. My surprise must be showing, because he tilts his head to the side, inviting me to answer. My name is Lottie. I, live in Fayborn, a small seaside town. I'm nobody in particular, I guess. What about your intentions, my guest? Intentions? Right now? Survive, I guess? This is so awkward. Like, what are we supposed to say? A sputter echoes from one side of the room. Aura slaps a hand over her mouth, but the motion only makes her slip more evident. Raya clears her throat. I can feel the strain in her forehead as she tries not to roll her eyes. How did you get here? I don't know. A seer stabbed my hand. What? A seer? I went with a friend of mine to get her fortune read. They offered me a reading too, and then they started saying the weirdest things. They attacked me, stabbed my hand, and the floor gave in. Then I fell, and I remember... I racked my brain, only to find that those memories are still scattered and fragmented. Sensations remained, and I can't put them into coherent words. I remember the ocean and the stars. Someone was talking to me. Then I woke up in the forest. I don't think it is wise to tell them what the seer told me. I don't think it's wise to tell them the seer told me about this somehow. About the one between, or... Wait. Are you the one between? His golden eyes widen. For a moment, as brief as a blink, his calm countenance is shattered by the grip of fear. I don't think he's the one in between.
That is quite enough.
My mouth clamped shut instantly. Oh, I'm so sorry. I agree. It is bold of you to assume you can spit all this nonsense without being... I'm not lying.
Hey.
She did fall from the sky. I just said that. We saw the border being broken. They think I'm lying? What other explanation do I have? And I saw the writings on the back of her hand. It is obvious a ritual has been performed. We don't have time to lose listening to this nonsense. What do you want me to say? What else am I supposed to do to make you believe me? This is ridiculous. If those damn creatures are wandering outside their prison, then we should focus on ensuring our people's safety. I'll see that every patrol station in every town near the 4th bridge sees their numbers doubled immediately. In the meantime, I suggest we bring the human to Redlock until we figure out what to do with her.
Huh?
Redlock? That's a bit excessive, isn't it? Is it a prison? It is not. For all we know, she could explode any minute. Redlock is our safest bet. I hope I don't explode. What the hell? Explode? We could ensure she is under constant surveillance and proceed with further deliberation after the Voidbound are driven back to their swamp. We do have yet to reach a conclusion, and time is scarce. Do my other children have any suggestions? Take me home? Why don't we try to send her back to Firstborn? You all surely can't be fine with sending her to Redlock of all places. I'm afraid of myself from asking what Redlock is. I think I can get an idea. It's not that simple. We have to consider the consequences of our decisions.
Harmless or not, which we don't know yet, we have to prioritize the safety of the realm. Do you all understand that?
No. I do, but if she shouldn't be here, then let's send her back. See, I'm liking Aura right now. The safety of the realm. Am I a threat somehow? Right, Zale? He shoots up in his seat, a confused babble falling off his lips. Registering the sudden attention of everyone else, he sits upright, throwing helpless glances around him. Sorry,
what?
he wasn't even paying attention. Weren't you listening? No? We're talking about someone's life here.
What do you want me to say? It's not like my opinion will change anything.
Just say something. Anything would do at this point.
He splutters and slumps, deflating onto his uncomfortable-looking seat. You aren't gonna, like... Bro, are you gonna say Retlock too? Just say it. Ray is kinda right. I'm screwed. We're in the dark about all of this, and the voidies are running around out there while we argue, so... I mean, I know, but... Does Redlock have at least like a cushiony bed and some nice airflow, something? She looks at me, lips worried into a troubled line. I share the sentiment. Permission to intervene, Prefectus. Envy shovels their feet, vaguely gesturing at me with one hand while avoiding my eyes. Raya regards him. Their gazes meet for the briefest of moments. Permission granted. We're not seeing the bigger picture, I'm afraid. First, the Midnight Towers start spitting voidbound. Then they venture beyond the limits, and now, a child of the Firstborn shatters a crystal border and crosses into Limbo. Suspiciously close to the tower, may I add. Do you think these events are related? They could be. It can't be a coincidence, at least. Not when the tower is absorbing more essence every day, and the Voidbound are becoming smart enough to bypass our defenses. Perhaps its sheer power is starting to leak into the Firstborn, and this is a consequence of it. We know too little about the tower to discard any scenario. It's either that, or the human has been summoned here, and both options should concern us. If the tower is not responsible, it means someone has performed a ritual without precedence, and has done so with a purpose in mind, a purpose we know nothing about. Another human center here, you say? That's what she's saying. That, or someone has summoned her from this side, and that sea of hers is just an unfortunate puppet.
Nonsense. The requirements for such a feat are incalculable. Unfathomable.
For us.
No, there is no way a simple human could do something like that. It's impossible.
Then, the only possibility left is blaming one of our people. Those privileged enough to know about the existence of the Firstborn are aware of the consequences of attempting something this arrogous. Even if they somehow had the power and the knowledge to reach the other side of the crystal border, they would have risked their position, their lives, for an insanity like this. Ooh, you don't know people well enough then. Father would know if they behaved otherwise. No one could pursue something like this unnoticed and without leaving a trace. You mentioned someone stabbed your hand, did you not? Yeah? They drew something on the back of my hand and then... Well, you know the rest. I looked down at my hand. The cloth gale tied around it is stained red. I saw it, yes. I couldn't read it due to the state of the wound, but with effort. She could have drawn it herself. And why would she do such a thing?
That is what I've been trying to tell you since we started this, Gael. That we know nothing. Nothing at all.
Bro, what else can I say? I'm helpless. As such, we cannot ignore any possibilities. Can you say with striking accuracy that she is completely innocent and oblivious? Gael looks at me. I don't know how to feel. He forced me to sit here. He's fighting oddly too hard to ensure I'm not sent to whatever Retlock is. No, I can't. Ooh, save. Do I defend myself or calmly assess the situation? I feel like if I go too hard, it's not gonna work. Let's figure out what's going on, because I'm stuck. I can't do jack squat. I take a shallow breath. The seer wanted me here. Or perhaps not them, but someone else. But they did want me in particular, though. Like it or not, they knew a lot about me, about my life. The puzzle pieces lay strewn before me. I can imagine endless possibilities of what the final picture looks like, but my mind can't fully grasp it. A lot of terrible things come to mind. Speaking out of turn might get me in trouble. These people, whoever or whatever they may be, are not my friends. Right now, they fully have the upper hand as well. They're discussing what to do with my life, after all. I have to be smart, no matter how scared I am. I swallow down the thick lump in my throat. I gather myself and raise my hand. Osmond Holt allows me to. That's good. Could I... Go on. Again, I swear I'll cooperate with you in every way I can. I have nothing to do with whatever is going on. I just want to go back to my family. I understand that, but the truth is that you may be dangerous in ways not even we can fathom. I'm not doing this for entertainment. Let me prove it then. I wasn't lying before. If me being here is such a problem, then help me leave. I get it. You're trying to protect your family. Then help me get back to mine. I'll tell you anything you want to know, or help you with however I can. Just give me a chance. I throw glances around the room, but I'm only met with heavy silence of their deliberation. Pinched brows, pursed lips, and then an exhausted sigh. I must reiterate, confinement should be our last resort. It is not only cruel, but we are also depriving ourselves from learning from Lottie. If you want to be cautious, my perfectus, then let us personally watch over her. Hey, that's smart. Keep your enemies close and all that, Of course. Who knows? Maybe she can help us solve this mystery. I doubt it. Yeah, I'm gonna pick you last. However, if the tower or someone else wants her, I agree. It's best to have her in our possession under our personal vigilance. Think about it, Ray. We know so little about the tower. If keeping the precious bunny means we have some advantage, we should play smart. And, of course, you gave her one of your silly names already. And what if all you are doing... what if all of you are wrong? What if the tower has nothing to do with this? Then it means someone is plotting something against Limbo's integrity, and we should stop it from happening, no matter which side of the border it belongs to. Your Lottie could be harboring plans of her own, or fulfilling them for someone else. Then you agree it'd be best we keep a close eye on her. Ugh, alright. I would trust your judgment. You lot really are tiring to argue with. I withdraw my proposal, for now. Thank you, Prefectus. Truly. I don't think she really likes me. Unbelievable. Do not thank me yet. I am merely placing my trust in my siblings. You best not betray that trust. I will not. I promise. I will try my best. I won't. Father, how should we proceed now? Father is looking down at his hands, twisting the many rings glimmering on them. It is a concerning situation, no matter the truth that lays behind it. Your arguments have been nothing but impeccably solid, and I confess I fear for us all. Oh my god, I'm screwed. If our guess is the key to discerning the tower's intentions, or to uncovering a treacherous plan to hurt our people, then perhaps... Please. He looks right into my eyes. But I would not put my family at risk. I refuse to do so. Am I gonna die? That said, another thought occurred to me. As much as our Zale doesn't wish to engage in this conversation, perhaps he can contribute to answering some questions and assist in our decision. Bro. What? I would like to know if the human poses an immediate threat to us. Perhaps you can enlighten me on that matter, son. The color drains from his face until his skin turns ashen.
Well, I've never tried it on someone.
Ooh?
And,
Bro, be for real. I would have to touch her? Come on, man. Arm touch, whatever.
Indeed.
Our approach is greatly affected by the question of whether or not our dear Lottie is a threat to the delicate balance of the realm. But if you'd rather not, I understand, my son. We will find another way. Was that guilt trippy? It is alright to be scared. Zale wavers, head bobbing from side to side. His legs, which have been sprawled out like a cat's, are now crossed at the ankles as he stares through them with his trembling eyes.
No, I can do it. I think.
You sure? Yeah. Shrine can't do any harm, I guess. Let's find out then. Father's hand reaches towards the side of the room where Zale sits. A thin beam of light emits from the two of his outstretched fingers, marking the middle of Zale's forehead. The scent of orange tickles my nostrils once more. The light tastes sweet. Dear Perfectus, help your brother get down quickly. Immediately. She extends a hand in front of her. The railings on the right side of the room quiver, then melt down into a brownish liquid. An invisible mold hugs the cement to create a path leading to where I sit. The steps become solid in front of my very eyes. What was a piece of railing seconds ago is now a perfectly sturdy set of stairs, and Zale wastes no time climbing down to them. I must warn you, my beloved guest. There is a ward embracing my son's body. Should you attempt to harm him in any way, I cannot guarantee what will happen to you. My throat squeezes down a gulp it takes of its own accord. Father smiles tenderly as he steeples his hands. There is no hesitation in him. The void in my stomach twists as I vaguely consider what would happen if he sensed any ill intentions coming from me. Zale fidgets, moving his hand from his pockets and taking a step closer to my seat. I can see my reflection in his jacket, tired eyes, and a gaping, swollen mouth. I barely recognize myself.
Hey.
Yeah, hey, can we just get over with it? I'm so done. I'm tired. I want to go home. He awkwardly raises a hand at me. Hey? He shuffles his feet. His eyes don't meet mine for long.
I'm, Sal.
Oh, it's Sal. Sal, not Sale. Sal, okay. Lottie. God, this is like a fever dream. So, do you want me to explain what, you know, what are you going to do to me? He bares his teeth in a grimace. His slightly rosy cheeks flower into a deep crimson.
Well, if you say it like that, it sounds like I'm gonna do something horrible.
As far as I know, you might. I mean, I'm in the dark here. You could be. Yeah. This must sound weird, but I can, know about stuff when I touch it. So that's what I'm hoping I can do to you. What kind of stuff? What you're made of, chemical compositions. I can learn how your body functions, or if you're sick. Ooh. I think. So he's not even sure. You don't sound too sure. I tried it on my cat a few times, but never on, you know. His slender fingers shyly gesture at me. And what's the worst that can happen, exactly? Nothing, I think. It's not supposed to be aggressive with what I touch or anything. I guess the worst would be learning nothing. I see. Come on, bro. She won't bite. I can't even. Shut up. Squaring his shoulders after shooting up on a withering glare, he jabs his hand out right in front of me. Your hand. I arch an eyebrow. That's better. I place my non-stabbed hand on top of his. His skin is soft, and his fingers curl around mine quite nervously. Good to know I'm not the only one scared, I guess. Ooh, I can see his face closer. He has some freckles. Okay, and some moles. His fingertips find the back of my hand, hesitant, trembling. I close my eyes, readying myself for any kind of pain as he squeezes my palm. I can feel my pulse battling his own. The point where our hands meet tickles, and slowly, the feeling turns sharp, like a pinch traveling all the way up to my shoulder. It doesn't hurt. My skin is caressed by a faint wave of dew that sets the hairs along my arms pinned straight like a field of needles. There's a low thrum in my ears and a tingling nudge behind my eyes. Then comes a flash of light, a spark the color of the morning sky. A bluish glow takes over my arm. Lighting up from the inside, every vein turns into a glistening, sinuous line brimming with life. The orange and red hues of my backlit flesh bleed into blue. I can see all that lies underneath my skin, emanating a soft glimmer. His firmly gentle grip turns firm when my first reaction is to back away. His eyes are two beaming rays of cerulean light, lost in the vague pointed between my collarbones. Everything floats around us and stills. I can no longer tell his pulse from my own. We merge completely in an unknown sea. But I feel no fear. I drift away, letting the waves carry me, letting his eyes be my anchor. I'm submerged in a frigid water, and the ice bites my skin. A voice tries to reach me. Fingers dance across the strings of an old and beloved instrument. Praise is given with the gentleness of a loved one. Then it arrives. Oh, I don't think that's good for us. I don't think that's good for us. Grotesque, all-assuming, starved for millennia. It roars, straining against its shackles, tearing apart the very filaments of my life. It lays in wait. It has been waiting for too long. Don't you think? The light within my arm dies in a single instance. The pebbles floating around us fall back to their natural place, and the energy setting every nerve in my body on edge ebbs away. The last thing to fade is the shine of Zale's eyes? Zale. His pupils contract and his shoulders slump as his consciousness seems to slip back to reality. He scrunches his nose in discomfort and releases me slowly, letting his arm fall limply to his side. What is it, son? He squeezes his eyes shut a few times, clearing away the haze clinging to his expression. He doubles over right before me, hand shooting up to grip his head. I reach out when he keels over, catching him before he can hit the floor. I don't think this is good for me. I don't think it's a good look for me. We're kind of screwed, aren't we? We're kind of screwed. Oh no. Oh no, I thought I was getting scot-free. Huh? His dead weight pushes me back into the chair as he stumbles on top of me. The back of my head and the side of Zale's hits the stone amidst a chorus of horrified gasps. His eyes snap open. We're so close that I can see every twitch and flicker of his pupils as he gazes deeply into something inside me. My chest stills. His eyes sink into my own, digging into the furthest reaches of my brain. I hear a soft whispering as his pupils turn white. Every other sound is drowned out by the thrum of his body, like a bolt of lightning caught within his ribcage. Huh? Zale, are you... His arms snap up to stop her from coming any closer, but his eyes are still fixed on me, darting between images I can't see. I don't know how long he stays here, curled over me, hovering mere inches away from my face. He's not breathing. The glow disappears from his eyes once more. Air re-enters both of our bodies at the same time, and only then do I realize that I've been holding my breath just like him. Slowly, the heaving of our chest subdues and sink once more. He looks at me, conscious, serene. His bang caresses my forehead, but my body doesn't register the tickle they leave behind. You... His expression doesn't change, set in absolute neutrality, but there's a glint of something behind those impassive eyes. A glint that sends a chill through my very soul. Was it good? He knows. Zale? Please do not snitch! She's harmless. Lethargically, he straightens up with a steadying hand on the backrest of my seat. He blinks hard several times once more. Are you certain, son? Stop asking questions. He puts some distance between us and reaches up to the spot where he hit his head. The glance he throws my way vanishes any doubt I had. He knows about me and the tower. Yeah. Why did he not say anything, though? Zale looks away from me, stuffing his hand in his pockets. She's not going to explode or anything. The worst that can happen is that she, dies. Like, suddenly. They're dropping dead, I mean.
Wow. Way to put it, Chick.
Yeah, thanks for that. Damn, what do you want me to say? The balance is trying to, balance stuff. Don't just say anything about death. Fine, she's like a non-wielder. Can't wield, can't see. Pretty much harmless. As I suspected. Father closes his eyes. It's a moment of intimate thought, one everyone present respects. We will take a recess now. I need some time to deliberate. Praefectus, you may send word to the cities closest to the fourth bridge. Yes, Father. She swiftly rises from her chair and disappears. With her, she takes attention that was tightly threaded across the room. Sons, Lord Idvi, a word. The three of them abandon their positions without hesitation, and a few eyes land on me as they do so. Dad, can I bring Lottie some water? His step visibly falters at the question, but it's only for the briefest fraction of a second, for he recovers his composure. Of course, my dear. Such a thoughtful soul you are. Yes. The breezy sound of bare footsteps takes over the lower floor. I watched, still in a strangely comfortable haze, as their mass of pink hair trots away and charges through the gates. Keep our guest company, Zale. We will return soon. Oh, is he gonna ask me?
What?
Yeah.
Wait! What am I supposed to do?
Hey! A door closes somewhere behind the balcony. The sound echoes louder than it should. We are all alone. There's no one here but me, him, and the droning eye hovering above my head. He draws out a groan, pulling his jacket up to his shoulders. The fabric slides back down uncooperatively. I've been in plenty uncomfortable situations in my life. This, somehow, isn't as bad as some of them. So, are you alright? I'm in one piece. I think that's as close as I'll get to alright. I guess I have to thank you for that. I was just doing what they asked me to. But you were kind to me. I wasn't. Fine. I won't argue. Are you okay though? You almost fainted. His eyes finally gather the courage to land on me, and they do so suspiciously. My attempt at gathering a bit of information has failed, apparently.
You don't have to be nice or anything. Like I doubt you care.
That's a bit edgy, don't you think? I can't help but chuckle. At least, I try to. No, it's not. Just a bit. Stop laughing. Aren't you in pain and scared or something? I'm surprisingly lucid, if you ask me. I don't know how long it will last, though. I could still do something bad to you, you know? Okay, sorry. That's the most comical threat I've ever heard, but I keep my opinions to myself. He looks like he would flee immediately if he hadn't been tasked to keep an eye on me. One glass of water coming through. Busting through the gates with a glass in her hand, she saunters over towards us. Relief washes over my temporary garden with such strength I'm afraid he'll keel over again. Very nice of you to leave me here alone. Oh, please. Don't tell me you're scared of Lottie. He doesn't reply. He shoots me a cautious glance, and I instantly know what he's thinking about. Did he see the same thing I did then? Or am I just imagining things? What's with the faces? What were you two talking about? Nothing. Nothing, Keeping secrets from Sister Ara, huh? Ara. Fine, fine. Here, Lottie, drink some. Several droplets fall off the overflowing glass as she jabs it in my direction, splashing onto my lap. The dazzling smile she's wearing could light up an entire city. Thanks. I hesitantly accept the offer. The glass feels absurdly light in my grasp. I gulp the water down as fast as I can, so fast I can't even taste it. My breath cuts short and my stomach twitches painfully at the sudden influx. God, that felt good.
Huh?
Circles. Do you want some more? No, that's okay. We don't charge for it. You just have to ask. Her outstanding kindness is as welcome as it is concerning. I already let my guard down with Master Gael, and that didn't turn out too well. I rest the empty glass on my lap. Ara's smile broadens until her eyes are hardly more than a straight row of long lashes.
You don't look too different from us.
What did you expect?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you hear Wanderer of Worlds and imagine someone completely normal.
You read too much. There's no wanderer of anything. Wait, that thing. The Wanderer. What's that? The pair of peachy eyes in front of me suddenly draws close. In a heartbeat, Ara's nose is almost touching mine, and I swallow a squawk out of pure courtesy. The Wanderer of Worlds is an old legend of... It's just a stupid fairy tale. That's what someone boring like he would say. Nah, that's what someone who's not delusional would say. Prick. Ugly. Idiot. Their share of focus remains on one another and their bickering. There's a few hands thrown in the air, merged with some slaps, and soon a run of laughter wrapping it all together. Anyway. Could I have some more water? Like a light switch, Ara's face is taken over by another huge smile that utterly erases the impish expression she had a second ago. Sure. Ara picks up the empty glass and shoves it right into Zael's chest. Zael. You heard the lady. What? Come on. I'm not your butler. Bring it yourself. After the traumatic experience you made her go through, it's the least you can do. What? As if it was my fault. I didn't want to do it in the first place. And traumatic? Give me the break. I'm the one who almost broke my head in two. Come on, please? Zael looks back and forth between us, flabbergasted. Notably, his eyes linger on mine longer than they do on his sister's. Don't look at the prisoner. Guest.
No, please. Do it for your super cute and kind sister.
Is that sister in the room with us now? Ara claps her hands together. Her pleading eyes are so big they look ready to pop out their sockets. Fine. But I'm adding 10 more to your debt. Aw, my boo-baloo-woo, thanks. He storms off, empty glass in hand. They really act like siblings, it's so cute. Her expression twists mischievously as she watches her brother march away, her little hands rubbing together like the most villainous of villains would do. Well, at least someone is having fun with this. So, how are you holding up, Lottie? I'm sure you've been asked that a bunch of times, but I can't resist myself. Well, I'm afraid I have to give you the same answer, so... I'm alive, I guess. Unless you all have different plans. Because you don't, right? Plan to, off me?
Huh?
Please no. Oh, no? Oh, thank God.
I know everyone got a bit nervous back there, but I swear, we're not monsters or anything. See, things are not exactly perfect around here.
But?
Now that you're here, they might just be soon.
Okay. Okay, let me save. What am I supposed to do exactly? What am I supposed to do exactly? I think I understand that you're dealing with some problems, but I don't know how much I can be of use. I mean, your brother did say I might die any minute, which is awfully comforting and not terrifying at all. Thank you very much.
Ugh.
Don't listen to him. But it's true, right? Well, let's not think about that now, alright? What's important is that we all agree on helping you out, because that will help us out too. Most likely, you'll just have to not get into trouble and lend a hand when asked. Chances are, this is just a weird misunderstanding, and we'll find a way to send you back home in no time. And I'll be there for you along the way. Helping people is what I do best, after all. Your enthusiasm is appreciated. Aren't you, sweet? First, I guess Gael will examine you properly, and after we find a way to, interact with you without causing a reaction that kills her, Zael emerges from behind his sister, nudging her arm with the now refilled glass of water. Shut up. She yanks the glass off him and hands it to me. I'm just saying. Yeah, and that's the problem. Just stop talking altogether. Don't wanna. Make me. And so it begins. Once again, I become a spectator of their banter, of their duet of jabs and puns, as if they were like any other day in their completely normal lives. And it doesn't last long. For better or worse, a scraping noise from above makes them shut their mouths, and the three of us turn to its source. Tilting my head, I watch as the other 5 sovereigns float inside the room, quietly chatting amongst themselves. There's a relaxed air about them. Even the stiffness around Prefectus' shoulders has subsided.
Huh.
Hey, look who's having fun over there. Jealous much? You bet. One more boring speech from Prefectus, and I'll die on the spot. There's nothing boring about my speeches. They're just too intelligent for your taste. Next try using some pictures and puppets, Ray. No kidding, I love that. Idiot. I like how they're all protective and they're just like cute family, and I hope they don't hurt me. My children, back to your seats. This won't take much longer. Oh God, thank you, please. Get me out of this chair. Everyone takes their seats as requested. Zael has scurried away at some point, and Ara is the one who lingers on the platform that's been my prison for a while now. You can keep the glass if you want, just in case you get thirsty again.
Hang in there, just for a little longer, alright?
I'll try. Maybe it's her bright smile, or the familiarity in her gestures, in her movements, whatever it is. I find myself nodding before I can think about it. Will do. She seems satisfied with that. With a final bob of her head, she turns to the stairway. Ara?
Huh?
Yes? Thanks. She tucks a few strands of hair behind the shell of her ears, with a promptly return to the place around her heart-shaped face. Don't mention it. Her lips quiver as she contemplates whether to say something else or not. With one last beam for me, she settles on the ladder, skipping all the way back to the upper floor. Wonderful. As Father resumes his position at the railing, the dust floating around the room freezes in place. The timid rays of moonlight peeking through the windows halt their dance. Not a sound or word is heard. After careful deliberation, I have made my decision. It is true that the human summoning is wholly inexplicable, as are her true intentions, or if she has taken part in this unprecedented event. With that considered, I will have the 7 sovereigns guard this one's life until a solution is found and the culprit of this transgression is brought to the sacred chamber. As Limbo's father and protector, I know in my heart this is the right thing to do. As a father, however, I would not demand this of you, my children. If the worst scenario came to fruition, many lives would be at risk, including your own. You don't have to ask, Father. The safety of this realm is the safety of this family. Your burden is our burden.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't dip on you like that. This will be easy. You'll see. Zael? Ara? We're in, of course. Don't you dare count us out of it. Right, Zael? A dragged out hum is his only answer. He searches for something he can use to help his case, and by chance his gaze falls on me. His expression tightens. We draw a labored breath in unison. Yeah. About I swear to God! Sure, I guess. How he's not saying anything now. I feel like he's gonna say something. I cannot trust him at this point. He looks away, crossing his arms before his chest in visible discomfort. The tension that should wash out of me solidifies, worming its way to my belly. Why is he not saying anything? How would he settle this, Father? Will she stay in the spire? We take turns watching over her. Knowing how figure her life is, I'm afraid the spire's volatile nature would not be ideal. Please not Redlock, please. My position does not allow me to dedicate as much time and effort to this matter as it needs. Therefore, I will ask you to shelter Lottie within your circles. She must be under strict vigilance, but also cannot raise suspicions. This matter will remain as a secret as possible. Teach her our customs. If she is truly foreign to them, let us embrace her, and let her embrace our home. Can I go back to my home? Sooner or later, answers will be given to us, one way or another. Stand and cast your vote, if you will, my sovereigns. The room fills with the sound of shuffling of clothes and shoes. 6 hands rest atop of the railing, and a quiet hum erupts from the earth, crawling up through the pillars, holding this place together. However, there's one among them who doesn't move. Yeah, of course. Envy remains still, a distant look in his downcast eyes. Father, a suggestion, if you allow it.
Indeed.
Yes, Lord Amon. Even from where I sit, I can see Amon's Adam's apple plummet under the weight of Fonder's candid stare. I'd like to suggest we include Lord Envy in this. Amon. I know the law. But they know more about the firstborn than any of us. It is only fair that he has a chance to help. What's the law that prevents him from helping, though? Wait, it's 7 of them, right? Hold on. It's right. Okay. Oh, kind of confusing, but okay. Maybe then we can... Amon. His eyes meet Envy's, and the unspoken words between them are too intimate for me to watch for too long. What is going on here? We will speak about that when the time comes. For now, yes, I understand. Do you find yourself ready for this task, Lord Envy? As they glance at their father, I realize there's been a faint softness in their eyes while they looked at Amon. No. Now, however, there's something else that words can be quite described. Yes, I do. Then it's decided. Envy stands up and joins the rest, his pale hand clasping the cold stone of the ledge. So there's something that makes him not participate in these compared to everyone else, and I'm not sure what Is it the whole hand thing that they showed earlier? By unanimous agreement, the 7 sovereigns will take Lady Lottie under their sacred protection. We will, however, grant our guests the chance of making a crucial decision. Father offers me a fond smile as his attention zeroed in on me. He brings his hand together, squeezing his palms until a flicker of light seeps through his fingers. When his hands part, a deck of cards swirls in rapid circles between them. Its pace soon slows to a halt, bobbing up and down amidst a golden glimmer. The balcony in front of Father parts before him, shying away from his presence. He steps into the void, and the air itself holds him aloft, coiling around his ankles with care, delicately fanning his clothes. My heart trembles at the sight, before being soothed into a calm rhythm. A golden hand slips between my ribs, leveling past away the ache held there. It stills my breath. It relieves me of the never-ending pain of being conscious, of being present. I will be taken care of. Every thought is erased with a snap. I'm besotted by the glorious face approaching me, by the scent of morning dew cradling my senses. The world carries Father to me, stopping him in a distance that could be dwindled into nothing by a mere stretch of my arm. His power is unimaginable. I can taste it on my tongue, feel it in my veins, hear it echoing inside my head. Yet, I fight it. No. Something else inside me fights him. Fights the hold his godly presence has on me. What are you doing to me?
I apologize. It is my very existence that troubles your soul. Perhaps with greater strength than usual, as you are no child of mine. Gather your thoughts. My influence will pass.
I close my eyes, denying myself the pleasure of seeing him. Knowing that he's not actively trying to charm me is all more unsettling. A dangerous thought crosses my empty mind. What if I gave in to him, to his influence? In my hands, I hold 6 cards. Each card represents one of my beloved children, our trustworthy sovereigns. Let instinct guide you, as each card is infused with tremendous power. They hold the very essence of my children themselves. Or if you will, have your choice be based on cunning and strategy. Act as you please. Know that each one of them offers you protection, understanding, and knowledge. Seize this opportunity as one in a million lifetimes, my dear guest. I face his delightfully overwhelming presence. I can't hold his stare too long. It causes flames to lick at my stomach in a blur of pain and pleasure. Is there anything you would like to add, Lady Lottie Starshot? Thank you for not killing me? Thank you for not killing me, I guess?
Oh. I would not have done such a thing, my dear.
And why do I not trust that?
You are unfathomably valuable. You are an unprecedented event. A change in the perennial tides of life.
You kind of sound a bit fanatic here. One of his hands delicately reaches out, and my body anticipates his touch all too earnestly. His naked finger grazes my cheek, and it feels as if the sun was kissing my skin. A warm, light touch that quickly turns into a searing caress.
A miracle. Or a curse. We shall see. Together.
It is settled then. Today, you take destiny into your own 2 hands, for as long as you remain among us. The cards flutter and twirl before they fly away from the cocoon of his hands. They stop right in front of me, 6 perfect pieces of wafer-thin stone and glass, one for each one of them, just like he said. A myriad of colors and shapes form carefully crafted stained glass images. Etched on the bottom of each card is a title, each one more ominous than the last. I just had to pick one, and then that's it. It's decided. Somehow, part of me still hopes that the moment I choose a card, I'll wake up in my bed, that all this will be nothing but a bad dream. But that's not going to happen. I will find my way through whatever comes next, no matter what it is. That's my only resolution, my only comfort. I will make them wish they sent me home as soon as they saw me. I reach forward, my fingertips hovering over the edges of the cards. The air around them is charged, buzzing with energy. It laps on my skin, beckoning me to choose. And so, I make my decision, perhaps my final one. And that's how it ended. I knew it was gonna. Oh my god. How long was that? Bro, that was like 3 hours and 30 minutes. Oh my god. Hold on, let me stretch real quick. My back. Oh dear lord. Yeah, I already know the sir. Yeah, the demo. Let's go back. That was really good. Ooh, and the background change. So like, I really enjoyed the beginning. The beginning of the game was really nice and peaceful, and everything was just, we were just kind of going through the motions. And then of course we get stabbed in our hand, and then it all goes to chaos, and oh my god. I actually really like how dark it is. I know it's called like a dark fantasy romance. I didn't realize how dark it would go, and I'm really interested to see how darker it will be. That creature, was it the Voidbound? My god, that thing will haunt my nightmares. I cannot believe I died twice and the game just said, you kind of suck, go back to the menu and start over. But yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions I have. There's so many, like the whole Wanderer thing. Who is that? Hold on, extras? Hold on, I wanna see something. Gallery, yes. That's not him, it's not. Can I? Oh, I wanted to go like regular gallery. I didn't get anything from Amon. I got something from Gale. Gael. I think Gael might be the one I would try out first, character-wise. I'll return. Okay. But yeah, that was Lost in Limbo, the demo. That was quite a bit long, but it's really good. We got quite a bit of world building going on. When we first reached like the spire, I assumed they were the only ones in this world. It never occurred to me there was like villages. So apparently there are villages in the area. And the circles seem to be their own territories. So yeah, so that was Lost in Limbo demo. I had a lot of fun. As always, links are at the bottom if you want to try it out yourself. I know the Kickstarter officially ended. They are fully funded, so yay for that one. So like, yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed this one. Definitely try out the demo yourself, try out your own choices. Hopefully you don't die twice like I did. Hopefully you're much better off than me. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for all watching, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye!